Hello. Welcome to more stream. My name is Indez, and today we are back. We are live, boys. We are live and we're back to the Diablo Immortal because today is a great day. Today is the day that not only we actually got here some patch notes that we're gonna go through it, that I already made a video about it, but also it is a big day to actually grind. In this week, you guys have the opportunity to reach to 1000. It is very hard. Very hard. Only for the one and onlys. The elite, the 0.0001% of the players can actually reach to the 1000 Paragon this week. Because it requires a lot of patience, a lot of preparation, and above all, a lot of hours in grinding. So, with this said, I am probably not gonna farm for the 1000. I'm gonna be really nearby, and the main reason is because I have already used my battle pass. Okay, I already used my battle pass. I didn't have the fish, and I needed the heals, boys. This is the honest truth. I needed the heals, and because of that, hey, I couldn't go to do the early thing. The honest truth is, like, to be honest, man, it's not a big deal. We can always go back and, you know, on Monday, we can get it. It's not a big deal, you know. I'm just around 970. I haven't played that much. Yeah, like, I agree, man. Like, for me, I'm like 987. And I haven't been playing, like, insanely, you know. Like, I already played a bit today. I already did my weekly jams. I think I already did also here the Elder Rifts, if I'm not mistaken. So, I already did a few things in the morning. Let me see here. Yeah, I just need to finish these, and we're probably gonna do these in a while. So, it's gonna take a long time to hit that number. Yeah, this is like this is another parallel, you know, dimension, man. Like we're gonna be mooning, man. Like we are like lightning years, you know. Waiting for something exciting to play. Maybe this 1000 mark. Maybe do it. Oh, I don't think like levels in Diablo Immortal they mattered a lot, to be honest, man. It's more about like the content that actually the patch brings, rather more than the levels itself. The levels itself, they'll just keep increasing week after week. But the reality is, like, if we don't have nothing to be excited about, like, why even coming back to the game? So I understand that. The Barbarian Inferno 8 Ancestors, they look good. Oh, they actually look pretty good, man. I am quite like Barbarian is definitely one of the classes that I'm quite excited about to try it. But here's the big but, is that usually as a free-to-play player or a low spender, it is really hard to be like extremely tanky. Okay, you can do decently well, but also another thing that we're gonna have to confirm is that is all those damage reductions are gonna stack with each other. That's gonna be very important to know. Otherwise, I'm not sure. Yo, Robin, what's up, man? Love that your wizard been stacking on the class. Switching from the barb and the wizard. I haven't played wizard in 2 years. Oh, wizard. I mean, I've been following the trend, man. For like I've been saying over like 9 months that the wizard was the class that they felt like he was on the right track, because like every single like patch that he came, he brought like something even more exciting. And I'm telling you, man, next patch there's gonna be a new main hand that it's gonna be absolutely ridiculous, man. Like when I say ridiculous, I'm saying like absolutely ridiculous, which probably we're gonna bump our damage maybe to 1 billion. Can you guys imagine we reaching as a free-to-play to 1 billion damage? How insane that'll be. Yo, Alex, how you doing, brother? Yo, welcome, Aridus, and welcome, Fleck. Back to Barb already? You're not even gonna wait for the patch? The good thing about the patch is that you guys gonna be able to, and this is like the cool thing. So on the 13th, we're gonna have the patch. The patch are already gonna come with the new ancestors, but I am not like quite sure if we can actually go and already start farming for them, probably that makes the most sense to me, right? But can we farm and can we use them, or can we just farm but they are gonna be locked until level 1000, you know? Does the patch gonna increase the Paragon level? No, it's not. It's not gonna increase. The bumps, they only exist whenever we have like major updates with like major like the Druid, or for example we had with the Diablo story, right? So only on those major updates we actually have that bump. Yo Lazius, what's up, man? Hoga Boga. I was actually really impressed with the wizard back then. So that would be cool about the update. Oh, like right now, I feel like the wizard itself, it is the absolutely most fun class in the game, and I know that a lot of people, you know, oh, it's like people are just riding the hype, and because like wizard is OP and all these things. I honestly think that more than being strong, it is just like, it is super fun to play. Like the gameplay, it's not for everyone because it requires a lot of clicking, of course. But if you're someone that you don't mind to click and you are like skilled enough, you are a beast. What did they nerf on the wizard? They gonna nerf the cult of the Astrum. So the nerf will only come on Wednesday with the update. So you know, like whenever the wizard is in battlegrounds and they have like all these lightning novas around them. So if they die, now the lightning novas will not stay in the place that they are dying. Which, to be honest, like I said on my video, this should already been part of the update. Like it should already been like a bug fix like months ago. Okay, this was like some bullshit that there was like on the game. The other thing was that the range that these lightning novas around you gonna hit the targets also is gonna be nerfed, so it's gonna be like way shorter, and the longer you hit the target, the less damage it's gonna do. So yeah, that's where we at. Oh my god, I got to the freaking, I hate when I have the, it's so annoying when you have like, what do you call these, the that you cannot spam the skills. It's so freaking annoying, especially if you're playing with a wizard where the whole build is just like about spamming, right? So if you cannot spam, it's just like such a big, feels bad, man. So we're gonna go through the patch notes like very quickly. Like I made a whole like video like going like into detail, dissecting it and giving my opinion and all things. This is just gonna be a more casual talk about the updates, things that I think is gonna be beneficial, things that I think are not. And I also would like to know your opinion. All right, so let's leave this. Overall, I feel like it's just like there was nothing there that it is mind-blowing, right? It's just like more of the same, more instances, a few very few tweaks, a few balance nerfs, and that's it. You know what's gonna happen? The answers will come. We're gonna try a few here and there, and yeah, that's about it. I feel like it is time for them to bring like new content in the game. Actually, new content, because I already said and already explained this in a video a while back, right? That I feel like adding new instances and new legendary gems, I don't see it, even though it's adding new content to the game. That's not the kind of content that, to be honest, I'm excited for it. I wouldn't mind, and I don't think anyone will mind, to play with the same build a bit longer and have like a faster cadency of like new dungeons or new game modes or like something else to add to the grind. Because like Diablo Immortal right now, like in terms of grind, it's 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 very basic, man. Like there's I have almost, as a free-to-play player, a min-max character, and I am struggling to find a reason to what am I chasing, right? Okay, I had fun this past week because I was trying to climb to legend, but then what else? Okay, Inferno 8 is gonna come. I'm gonna have to farm once again the green set items, which it's like it's a chore at this stage, right? If you look at my green set items, look at this. This is like Inferno 5 or 6. Probably Inferno 5. This is Inferno 5. This is Inferno 7. Inferno 7. Inferno 6. Inferno 6. Inferno 5. Inferno 5. Yeah, you see? So there's a lot of, like, I'm not doing, because I also have to grind a lot of green set items, right? But I mean, there are things that still excite me about the game and I still have fun. But whenever I look at these updates, it's just like the thing that I'm looking forward, it's not there. You guys understand what I'm saying? Like, what I'm looking forward is not there. The longer it hits, the less damage it makes. Yes, exactly. So if you are on top of the target, you're gonna do more damage. Crazy shots. So I guess like we'll have to pretty much test it out to see how does it really play out, the nerf. I believe that this wizard build is still gonna be viable for whales specific. What do you mean easier? In what context, Seth? Sorry, like I already spoke about like so many things. If they're gonna remove AFK farming, should they make the grind easier? Oh, he's asking like to the guy. I don't think like they have to. I actually don't think they have to make it easier. I actually sometimes I think the opposite. But you know, if you're gonna put a harder grind, there need to be like something really valuable on the other side, right? So farming green set items for the 10 time for me has very less value to even put like decent effort on it, right? Like one of the things that I was looking forward was these ancient helmets. I thought, okay, this is gonna give us an opportunity to actually go back a bit into like the old Diablo games where you're gonna farm and you can have like these mythic or unique items. I was extremely excited. More rewarding. Yes, more rewarding. Exactly. That's like the proper word. I don't mind them to be long as at the end I feel that it was worth it. That's all I'm looking for. You know, I'm a grinder. I'm a traditional guy in some senses. Other senses, I don't mind having some quality of life that also comes like with these modern games. Okay, not everything needs to be a pain in the ass. So, for example, I'm playing Diablo 2. I mean, the bags, managing the bags is a pain in the ass in that game, right? But at the same time, it's like you kind of always have to be making a choice. You cannot carry everything with you. You cannot pick up every single item. You don't have a pet to capture your items as well. So it's like you have to make decisions. You have to sacrifice certain things. So you can choose to not catch like most of the things, which is like the way I do it. But because of that, you're losing money, like you're losing gold. Some people don't want that, so they keep like every few packs of mobs they keep going to the city, which is insane. Getting the Radric's Cube in D2. Yeah, like I mean, the Radric's Cube was like, it's such a huge chain quest that we had to do, right? That was so fun. Michael saying it's the same old. Definitely new dungeon game mods will be dope. Yeah, absolutely. And again, like this comes as someone that I am very passionate about Diablo Immortal, and I want nothing but good to the game, right? Because I like the game. A lot of people shit talk it. I still like it. Obviously, I'm gonna be apply criticism, constructive criticism most of the times. And that's at least what I try to do. And I think it is important because, for example, we were talking about that Druid was having a lot of problems with the new instances. Like the lack of instances was a big issue why Druid didn't pop off, right? And now, for the first time, I was even shocked. I'm going to show you here on the patch notes. I was absolutely shocked once I saw this. Let me go here. They added not 6, but 12 new instances for Druid. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So let's just go through the patch notes very, very quickly. We have here the first patch, right? It's gonna be the PvP tournament. We already know that like 99% of the people not gonna compete on this. Also, even if you try to compete, it's not gonna be any freaking. You're not gonna have any chance. Any answers that you feel excitement for, I'm gonna go through that, David. I'll tell you my opinion. The rewards are the permanent cloak is kind of cool, but the title it is kind of fine. Then we have here new affixes. I feel that Barbarian, I am excited for it. I really like. Look at this offhand that we have. The Wrath of the Berserk now increases your movement speed and greatly reduces the damage taken and also reduces the loss of control. What the hell is going on? This is so... This is like 3 instances back in the day into 1. So this is power creep, okay? Even like the power creep is coming not only in normal gems, the legendary gems, but now is also coming into the form of instances. Because like in 2 years ago, 2023, probably you will have an instance that will say, oh, whenever you use the Wrath of Berserk, you get increased movement speed, right? Last year, then we started having these instances like, oh, it's going to increase attack speed and do something else. And now the power creep is coming because now we have an instance that does 3 things. Movement speed, reduce the damage taken, and reduce the loss of control. Like, I mean, like, what do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, how many answers do you know that just says, oh, if you use these, just reduce the loss of control, or you know? So it's looking really, really good, Barb. And talking about Barb, we have Echo here joining the. Oh, what's up, man? How you doing, brother? So, are you excited for Barb? I think Barb is gonna. I mean, Barb has been in the meta for a while, but I am really excited to try here a few things. Look at this. Chain Spears now empowers you to counter attack with spears. Absolutely golden. I thought Barb was gonna get a nerf, but we'll see. No, Barb is getting a nerf. I don't think this is gonna be as strong as this. Echo is saying like these answers here, the Terror and Burden. It is, we know, boys. It is broken. We know that. Oh, by the way, yo, Echo, thank you so much. You sent the raid. Thank you, brother. Thank you for that. So yeah, this made sense. I think like I think whenever the devs are like, hey guys, you know what? We fucked up. You know, we made these answers. These answers was not supposed for you guys to control with the other things. Things are getting out of hand, so we're gonna have to nerf it, right? I think this is fair. I think like this is fair. I don't think we can be mad about this. Like this was, everyone saw this coming, man. Like yeah, it makes sense. It was a bit, I'm not gonna say broken, but it was a bit too strong. I feel like something along these lines that we have here probably is gonna be, maybe is even gonna create a better meta. What I don't want to have a meta is where we have once again this AI barb, like the, you know, where the barb just goes, he just goes, you cannot control him and he's just running like a wild man, you know, with a blind rage. I don't like that playstyle. I like to always be able to control my character. And the only reason why I made the Lip Breaker and played with the Weirdo Breaker was because we could literally, you know, be in the demoralized form and still control the character. I feel like once you lose the control of the character, yeah, for that you just go play AFK game, right? Bark Breaker plus the new counter Chain Spear equals deadly. Yeah, I like that's the first thing I remember, right? So I feel like this is gonna be like extremely exciting, man. I would like the eye to add dungeons to explore, like expeditions where you can collect any kind of exciting rewards. Current dungeons are so repetitive. Limonella, I absolutely agree. Before you guys came here into the stream, I was like mentioning that the things that I look into the patch. For me, I look for what is unexpected, right? So a new major patch, we all know that probably is gonna come a new legendary gem, or it's gonna come like the new ancestors. Like these things are the expectable. What are we expecting? So what I always look forward is like, okay, what are the things that probably balance changes that literally is gonna add something new to the game? I really like usually the features updates, because I hope here to always see in the future something like a new dungeon or new raids or ultimate like Eden layers. I don't know, something that will actually create chills on my body whenever I read it, because I'm so excited to maybe go and do that content, because there is probably, imagine like a godly gear, right? Like this was, I feel like the ancient helmet, I think we can all agree, was as a core concept, it's good, it's a good thing, but it was very badly implemented in the game, just because you cannot farm it. Like you cannot farm it like you can in other Diablo games. Like I cannot spend like 200 or 300 hours if I want spamming. And oh, I have the raids. I have raids to do. I forgot. Let me do this. I almost forgot. I came very late. I have some guys, some construction happening here in the house, so I could only come here now. If they make the ancient gear farmable, that alone will be better than any new content. Exactly. Why? And you're so right, David, because it will give us a purpose to play the game, right? And obviously at the start, you have so many things to keep you playing the game, but as the game goes on, you keep losing those reasons because you keep doing the check. So for example, I am quite done with the runes. The runes were a big part of my experience of why I used to keep logging in the game. Another reason was to get to the gear rank 30. But now my gear is jacked up, man. I'm juiced up. I am literally juiced up. So I log in, I do my weeklies, I do some PvP, I get to legend. The other day I was saying that I feel like it is really important that they actually gonna change is they have to absolutely improve the rewards here. I don't know, like if you guys saw my video, but I mentioned the difference between being a legend, just reaching to legend, which you can take like, for me it takes me like 4 or 5 days maximum, okay? Then to be rank 1 nowadays, it's like, okay, do I just spend 4 days, I get legend, and I get less 10 normal gems? Do I get like 20 less? Like, you guys understand what I'm saying? It's like, it's the difference between doing it in 4 days or having to play almost morning, lunch, and night every time slot of the PvP to maintain the rank 1. I will not do that for 10 normal gems. I will do that if there was a cloak, even if there is a temporary cloak for the season. If there is a title, if there is something that I feel, yeah, if I'm gonna walk during like in West March, people will know that I am the rank 1. I am the fucking boss, man. I own this server. You know what I'm saying? I want some cosmetic like that. I really, really want that. I want, like, games are all about, like, you take the time, you grind, and then you want to show off how good you are. Right? Or how much money you spend. Or like the wings are a perfect example of that, right? The wings are the exact, like, the perfect example. The more time you are in the game, the more money you spend, the bigger they are, right? It cannot only be attached to microtransactions, everything, right? It cannot be, okay, if I want to look cool in the game, I always have to pay. No, I feel like it's okay to have cosmetics. It is completely fine. I don't care. Like, if you want to have $1,000 cosmetic, I really don't give a fuck, okay? I never cared about it. I don't even need to get it from the Diablo part. What I want is for them to have a mix. Cool skins and cool achievements. And this is something that I've been asking to Blizzard for such a long time, man. Such a long time. Like, the effort / reward is just not there. You know? And like back in the day, guys, I was multiple times rank 1, okay? I was like three or four times rank 1. And yeah, at the time, I had all the time in the world, man. Like, absolutely, I had all the time in the world. I'm also, like, pretty decent at PvP, so it doesn't take me a lot of time to grind. But I didn't do anything. But obviously now, with the channel growing, you know, with the job, with the, you know, coaching sessions, like, multiple channels, I got shit to do, man. Like, you know? So, unless they actually give me something that will say, yeah, I really want that title, or I really want that cloak, and I'm willing to sacrifice, you know, a few hours daily to do that, because it's gonna give me, you know, it's gonna give me status. I'll be able to flex. It's gonna be really cool. I can make content about it. I gotta have a reason to spend that time. If I don't have that reason, I just can't. And it kind of sucks that now I think that way, because I was never a casual player. I'm not a casual player. It's just like, I just don't find a reason to grind. It's like those 10 normal gems, bro, is not gonna, even like the 20 reforged stones, it's not worth the time. Nowadays, reaching to legend is enough. Absolutely. Absolutely. Why should I try to reach rank 1 with these ridiculous rewards? Exactly. Like, you don't have to. And listen, I had someone on my comment section. There is a guy that I know. He's a necromancer. His name is Beast TM. If you're from Europe, you probably know him. This guy reached to 10,000 points last season. And he said to me, you know what? Never gonna do it again. It was not worth it. It was not worth it, and it is not worth it. You're just gonna do it because you want to. Because the reality is, nobody gives a fuck. Alright? It's the truth. Nobody, like, you have 10,000 points, nobody cares. Even if you're rank 1 in PvP, nobody cares. Because we know players that play a lot of PvP, they know that obviously you need to be good and decent at the game, but at the end of the day, it is literally the guy that has more time to waste in the battlegrounds will probably be rank 1. Have you told that to Blizzard? Yeah, man. I even have a video that I made like 6 months ago about these things. This thing has been on my mind for like over the 6 months. I send them. I have a video that, unfortunately, you know, like the thing is, like, you guys have to understand. These videos, they do not get a lot of how do you say, exposure, but changes. Let me see changes. I made a video like 6 months ago. I mean, I make so many videos, bro. Oh, wish list. Maybe wish list. No, man. What did I call? Oh, man. It's like a video that I say, like, the things that I want to see. It was in the beginning of the year. It was like probably like in January or something. And one of the things that I ask, it's the rewards, man. It's absolutely the rewards. I don't know, man. It is around somewhere. It is around somewhere. Yeah, I can't find it. Yeah, but I know that the video didn't do that well. So it sucks. It sucks because, like, those are the videos that if they pop off, they will actually be very, very meaningful for the game to take that leap forward. Yeah, I cannot find it. I don't know what it is. Okay, okay, one last. I'm gonna give you guys a behind the scenes, by the way. The algorithm kill it? Yeah, because, like, people, like, a lot of people don't invest, like, they don't care that deeply, okay? Like, this is mainly for the 1%. Okay, so here it is all my guides. Okay. Okay, things, okay, oh, there it is. Things I wish, things I loved. No, this is things I hate. Daily routine, bro. I got so much fucking things, man. Oh, okay, it's here. Okay. Oh, look at these, guys. Look at here. Look, guys. Okay, look at this. This is from probably last year. Okay, this is like from last year. New major update. What Blizzard think we want? New story, new game mode, new legendary, new weapon affixes, abyssal legendaries. So I think this was everything that it came, but this is not the thing. New and same old events, new elder challenge rifts, party kick changes, and then I said, what do we really want? We want new dungeons. We want new accursed towers, like to rework the accursed towers. We want to rework the blessed rain. We want to rework the matchmaking and the long queues. We want to fix the insane lag, especially as Immortal. They actually fixed that, okay? We want the Abyssal Ereban to increase the drop runes. Never happened. We want a new Battleground map. Yes, this happened. We want the Ordadrin reset. Yes, it happened. You're welcome, by the way. Assembly at early morning and late night. Yes. So, to be honest, just make it 24 hours. 2-star gem power transfer. Yes, it happened. Remove loyalty bonus weekly cap. Yes, it happened. Add a third socket on a miss set item. I don't even know what the fuck this is. Oh, yeah, it's like every single item comes with a third socket. Remember, like you sometimes had a triple, but a two sockets. So it happened because now if it is a triple, it will always come with the triple socket. Changing the color of the rings of the socket. Never happened. Remove the Terror Reefs time gates. To be honest, they fixed it. They fixed this. It's fine. But what I mean by this is, like, instead of you having to wait like all the time, you know, like I'm at the end game. So I kill the first gate and then I am like this. I am waiting on the portal until like the next tower spawns, you know. So it's quite annoying. Rerolled magic affixes using flowing shards. Well, it didn't happen with these, but this happens. Legendary gems banners. I don't remember this, but As you guys can see, Blizzard took a few of these advices, man. They took. So, I mean, it's not everything, but it's something. I feel like the top priority, this is a Diablo game. What are the dungeons, right? Absolutely. And there was like, I had like another one. I don't remember what it is. Oh, these guys were waiting for me. Oh my fucking god. I'm sorry, Warband. Oh my god. Anyone is still only getting 1 Terrances per Oblivion Pillar. I used to get 2 or 3. I don't know. I think you can get multiple, to be honest. Did they nerf that? Green remains. No. Oh, the green set items remains the biggest pain in the ass to this day. Yeah, I feel like the life cycle of an item in Diablo Immortal is very short. Especially whenever it takes you so long. You know what is like the biggest annoyance? It's you work so hard for 10 weeks. And then every 10 weeks, Blizzard's gonna tell you, you know what? I appreciate your time in the game, but I'm gonna destroy all the progression you made. Yeah, let's start again. You know that thing that you did for 10 weeks to get all your, best in slots? Well, why don't you do it again? Go back to the treadmill. Go back to the hamster wheel. Keep running, hamster. And by the way, we are talking out of a place that we are not hating on the game, okay? This is all comes from passion and constructive criticism, okay? And that's what I always try to do. A lot of content creators in Diablo Partners Program, they give a lot of feedback, more than you guys could imagine. But things are very slow. Some things they get into the game, some things they don't. I thought clicking on the skip cutscenes for 100 times just make me demotivated. I know, man. I was thinking, like, I am with you. So, you know what I thought about, David? I don't know if you were here on the stream whenever I shared, but this week, I'm gonna make something that I will call the Farmathon. And the Farmathon will work this way. We're gonna start, for example, with 10 green set items that I have to farm. And then for every donation, gift sub, or membership, you're gonna add 1 more. And there is no limited time. And for every single one, I will have to farm 1 green set item. I don't know if this is gonna be a good idea or a bad idea, but as always, you guys remember me. If it is a bad idea, it is an idea worth to do, man. You guys know that. Whenever I really think that, this sounds like a bad idea, in a good way, probably something that we should do. So we're gonna call it the Farmathon. And this is the way that I found out to motivate myself to keep doing. To go and farm the green set items. Because I want to have the green set items, but I need that kick. It'll be possible for the Diablo Immortal. Will maybe be possible in Diablo Immortal. I like... oh, you like NFTs? I'll pay to earn? Oh, that's never gonna come here, buddy. I'll tell you, like, the biggest problem with the pay to earn is that the games, usually they always suck ass. And the problem is not even the game itself. It's just like people just play the game not because they enjoy to play the game. They play the game because they want to make money. And that's, in my opinion, the biggest problem with NFT games. People are there to farm, man. Like, that's why you see, like, it's very popular, like, in Philippines, Indonesia, and all these things. Because, you know, like, maybe they can get, like, these NFTs that they are valuable, like, imagine $50 or, like, $100. I don't know the prices. And that's a lot of money in these countries, man. But I think, like, if microtransactions is already the wrong way to go about things, I feel like pay to earn is even worse, man. It just removes the core value of why people play video games. They stop playing because they want to have fun, and they start playing because they want to make money. And you know what is that? What do I call that? I don't call that a hobby. I call that a work. I call that work. And it happens to a lot of people, like a lot of streamers and YouTubers. Eventually, it tends to happen. Okay, I am not there yet, but I know that my time will come. I know it will come because I spoke with other creators. And something that I'm very passionate about, and whenever I kickstarted this, YouTube, it came out of passion. Over time, then the game itself also becomes work, you know, because it's associated with a monetary value that, okay, if I want to keep pumping good content, I have to play the game. So things started getting like quite twisted. Will you play Diablo 2 later in the stream? Yeah, probably, maybe a bit. I'm in Act 2, in Act 4, but I'm not quite sure yet. We'll see. Okay, so we have done the raids. Is this done? So first, I want to finish here like the weeklies, so I can keep grinding here a bit of the Paragon levels, and then once I'm done with this, then we can move forward. Like Mondays for me, guys, is usually the time that I really like to just play a lot the game, because once I do all those checklists, you know, the weekly checklists, then I don't have to worry for the rest of the week. We probably definitely gonna do some 1 or 2 reactions, and then maybe, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll finish the grind, I'll do 1 or 2 reactions, and then we're probably gonna play D2 or something like that. Whales in DI technically have a gambling addiction? No, I mean, not everyone. Obviously, some do, but I don't think it's everyone. But I know whales, not in this game in particular, but I know whales that they they tapped out their credit cards, and they even ask money to their family to finance their accounts. That's wild. That's wild. Whenever you reach to that problem, it's serious. It's absolutely serious. Which games makes you happy? Why not get paid for playing? No, you understand, like I think because like here what I'm saying. I know what you're trying to say, but majority of the times with these games, people go into them not because they think it is a cool game, it's just because how can I make money out of these? That's what I think is the biggest problem. It's just gonna destroy like the essence of the fun out of video games. And it's gonna bring so many problems. Like, I mean, if you are into the pay to earn and the crypto and the NFT games, you probably know what I'm talking about, right? These games, they have absolutely insane problems with botting, AI botting. In the games, like in the games, usually they suck. There's also like another big part. Indez, Terrances is nerfed. Tested, do it. I can do 1 run. Usually you can get 1. You never get like 3 or 4. Like, I mean, sometimes like you can get lucky, but on average you usually get 1 Terrances for sure. How crazy is that you do more damage than some of these 6K Resus players? Yeah, I mean, but that's like the... You know, the best player in Diablo Immortal will always be a combination of these three factors. Knowledge about the game, right? Skill, and money, right? I think I got the first two. I don't have the third one. You know, I don't put money into the game. But if I did, I would have a big chance to be like the best player in the game. The problem with the money that I have, I feel like it negates a lot the achievements from being good at the game, because then it's not only... You never really understand if you are good at the game or is like, am I getting boosted? You know, it becomes like very a blurry line to understand if it's a really good player or if it's just like boosted by the resonance. Or the resonance or everything on the account. It's not only the resonance. We usually just say resonance because it's like the easier stat that everyone understands. But there's so many more things that we can go into depth. It's kind of true. I loved going to yoga, but I did after teaching and stopped going myself. I got burned out of teaching all the time, and I'm not doing it personal. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the thing that I'm saying. You used to do something because you were passionate about, and you just started as a hobby. Then you were like, okay, I like this thing. Maybe I can make money out of it. But once you start earning money out of it, it doesn't mean that you're not passionate about it, but now it is a more financial transaction. And very soon, I think I am still not there. And I mean, like, genuinely, guys. Genuinely, I'm trying to be honest with you guys. I still don't think, like, oh, I have to log in Diablo Immortal because I have to keep up with my YouTube channel. I am still not in that position, gladly. Because, like, during the vacation, and this was like, okay, I was like, I'm gonna take a time off. I think maybe I'm burning out. But during the vacations, I kept logging in the game. Here and there, I was logging in, and I was enjoying, because I still enjoy the game. That was the moment that made me realize. And I was not making videos, I was not streaming, I was not doing any shit, okay? I was just literally, I just like, okay, let me go do some Tower War, let me go do some random things. And it was actually very refreshing to play the game in that way. What answers do you wish to try? Oh, we were here and we kind of forgot to go through all of them. So, Barbarian, I think it is definitely... this offense seems absolutely ridiculous. The chest piece looks absolutely ridiculous. The helmet is okay. Shoulders, they can be also pretty good. We'll have to see. The pants, the chain spear is gonna heal you for... We'll have to see again. So, a lot of potential. Blood Knight, not that exciting. Not that exciting. I seriously can't understand the direction that they are trying to go with the Blood Knight. I wish I could just meet the Blood Knight designer class and just ask him, like, please sell me on the vision that you're trying to make for this class, because I am not getting it. Blood Knight right now in PvP, it's pretty decent. All right, it's good. It's not great. It's not like, oh my, you know, like, it's not like that. It's good. It's actually decent. It's a tank, right? It's pretty good. But I read this and I don't get excited, you know? Maybe I'm wrong, but first glance seems like another patch that, unfortunately, Blood Knights, they will not do a lot. Crusader, also very weird. They keep trying to push very hard. The Sacred Chain is probably the like the third or fourth difficulty that they keep trying to force the chain spear, the Sacred Chain. And I don't know if it's coming. And the reason is because the current meta is just too strong. The current meta is super, super strong. You have this chess piece. Now the Condemn is gonna empower you, causing lightning damage to strike the enemies after they are attacked a few times. This can be interesting here, proccing the Torrential Refrain. But is it as strong as having a AoE circle that can have the potential to one-shot everyone? Probably not. So, not that excited for Crusader. Also, not that excited for the Demon Hunter. There is only here maybe this main hand for attack speed on the smoke screen and dispense. The rest seems kind of mid. Not gonna lie. Druid, it is definitely a class that got me really excited. And the reason is because I think since I played Diablo Immortal, I don't think we ever had a class that got 12 instances in one patch. I don't think it ever happened. And you guys want to know what I think it happened? I believe that what it happens was this. They already had these ones planned. Because, like, you have to understand, development teams, whenever this patch is live, they are already working on the next one, right? It's not... So, I believe that they already had this one ready. Because whenever you look at these, none of these ones, they solve the problem. Like, I was reading these, maybe like you have these shoulders that regenerates power on hit, and the main hand that's gonna empower your primary attack. Like, this combo may be interesting. But definitely the additional ones, look at these. Whenever you transform into the wolf, you're gonna have evasion rates. Super good for PvP. If it's gonna be meta, I don't know yet. The wolves are now gonna weaken the nearby enemies, increasing the damage that they take. Awesome. You also have here the Thorn armor damage. Whenever it shatters the enemy armor, is gonna increase the critical hit damage that they take. Really good. Rabbit's Might. This one for me is probably one of the best ones right here, guys. Rabbit's Might, which is the buff that's gonna increase your maximum HP, is gonna cause your primary attacks an additional damage equal to the percentage of life that you have. This is gonna be a werebear, absolutely a werebear PvE answers for sure, for sure. This one is kind of mid, and this one is probably, you know, the all. How do you say all? How do you say? How do you pronounce this shit? Sound. Okay, I don't know. We have to see. We have to see. Monk. I mean, I will say very honestly, everything about here in Monk, it smells like Monk support. Look at this. Okay, now you're gonna increase the attack speed of you and your buddies. Now you're gonna increase the damage that you and your buddies gonna do. What else? There was another one, right? Okay, here. Now you're gonna shield you and your allies. See, 3 instances that all of them it is to buff you and your party. So I don't know if they are trying to make a tank support monk, which I think, to be honest, will be like really fucking cool to do. Like, having a different playstyle is always nice. The rest I think is kind of mid. Necromancer, honestly, Necromancer, I did not see anything like super exciting. Maybe I missed something, but I didn't. Maybe this one, like the helmet, but like the helmet is so strong in Necromancer. Because here's the problem. Whenever we read a new instances, you have to think that, okay, this has to be so godly that it's gonna be better than the builds that we're playing, which a lot of times it doesn't happen. So not that excited for the Necromancer. And here on the Tempest, I will have to test this out, man. Crosswinds is gonna empower your primary attacks, your next primary attacks. Rolling Surf is also, there's gonna be a new Rolling Surf. Look at here, where the hell is it? Yeah, here, the last backbite. Rolling Surf now is gonna empower your next few primary attacks to fire back break bolts. I don't know what back break bolts are, right? So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I mean, Tempest is gonna be really hard to get rid of, like, that skin parter main hand. That's like the major issue. Here on the wizard, the meteor is gonna empower you, and it's gonna call huge meteors, which this can be exciting. And not only that, together with the shoulders, is gonna pull everyone together. The bigger issue that exists is that this is not gonna be useful for PvP, because the shoulders is always gonna be for the teleport, and you cannot really get rid of that answers. My MVP, what I think is gonna be the best answers for the wizard, is this one. Look at this. The new main hand. Slow time will now also increase the skill damage for the limited duration. Bro, this literally is gonna be a skill damage boost. Crazy, man. Maybe a Necro with the AoE fear in the stacking with silence. But how are you applying the... How are you applying here? Maybe there's something that I'm not seeing, man. I know. We'll have to test. A lot of these ones, like, they are very gameplay heavy dependent, so we'll have to see. Now you're gonna be able to use the werewolf and the werebear while your transformation is on, and in the wizard, finally, whenever you die, your lightning over also disappears. Which why we did not have these on the game like 3 months ago? Why was not this fixed? This is obviously a bug. It's been a bug for a long time. Projectiles, I will say that the only one that I really 100% agree it's with this, okay? If you die, your spells should die. There's no reason for them to stay. The rest, I honestly don't know about it, man. I don't know if, like, wizard really needs, like, to be nerfed like this hard. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Breaking 1 billion later. Maybe in Inferno 8, I think it's gonna be possible. That main hand like looks very, very juicy, man. Pedro was saying it's to balance the number of fences between the other classes. Yeah, but I don't think he was in their initial plans. You know, Pedro? I don't think he was. I think that because we, as a community, we said, hey, there's a big problem here with the druid. There's not enough instances. There is many ways to build the druid, but there's not enough instances. So maybe he's gonna force them to come up like with more instances each patch. But I believe it was not on their initial plans. With this being said, I'm not like 100% certain. But I feel that way. I feel like that's what happened, because I feel like Blizzard thought. I really genuinely believe that Blizzard thought that Druid was gonna be like super good, like crazy good. I think they thought that, but obviously that was not the case. Oh, 988. Really nice. Yo, Jeff, what's up? But if those answers are gonna be enough, I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna put like the druid in the tippy top. I don't think it's enough. Druid still doesn't have that one skill that it is a must play. I mean, like, the must play for me, and maybe just my opinion, I think is the heal. You know, I think like they are like, oh, the community is saying that the druid is not like crazy good in damage. Also, Barbie's not. I mean, it was not before, like, we had, like, this new build. But Barbie was never really well known for its crazy, crazy top damage, right? And it's fine, and I think everyone understands that. It's like, it's a tank, because of that, has more durability, and it does slightly less damage. I think everyone understands that logic. And I think, like, the Druid goes into that box. What I feel like it will make me really want to play more is, like, if they double down on the healing. Did you choose the 2-star chest? Yeah, I choose the 2-star chest because of the Fervent Fang. Or the Green Rhythm. I still have to decide which one I'm gonna build. Those two are crazy. Crazy 2 stars, man. If you are the whale, maybe you can skip it, but I like that more. Right now, I am so glad that they actually changed to the Battle Pass box, because I already have here a few copies. I have like 1 copy here. I have 12 copies here. I have 13 copies here. So I'll have to make the math to see what rank can I get that. It works on summons too. Yeah, it works on everything because it's your base attack speed. You know, that's why. And also, like, if you have like for example, I was speaking with Mo. So we were like exchange, because I sent him like that I did 865 million damage, right? And I told him, hey, I changed your set items. So you are using the 4 pieces Grace, and I'm using like the 2 pieces, right? So we're different. And then he told me that probably is because he has the Grim Rhythm, so his attack speed is higher than mine. So because it is higher than mine, the Lightning Novas, most likely they are rotating faster and they are hitting more times, so the Grace is hitting more times. Does it make sense? So the higher your attack speed is, the more value you get from the 4 pieces Grace, which makes a lot of sense. But honestly, before that, I actually never thought about it in that way, but it makes sense. Also, he has the 4 out of 4, and I only have 3 out of 4 Lightning Novas, which reduce like my my attack speed by 5%. This build is also fun, by the way. This build for to spam stuff is pretty cool. You started the Barb? Let's fucking go, man. Barbie's fun, man. Barbie's the GOAT. Oh, look at this guy. He's a fan. I usually just look for the extra attack speed. So you are on the Demon Hunter, right? On the Demon Hunter, it makes like even more sense as well. But I don't think like the primary attack on your strafe gets the attack speed from it. But the animation of the strafe, I think, gets faster or something like that. Overall, like, attack speed is always good, basically. Alright. So we got the weekly stuff here. Okay, we already... Listen, to be honest, I should have saved these for the Farmathon. That's what we should be saving. When are you planning the Farmathon? Probably... Let me see. What I have to do. I was planning to do tomorrow, man. Yeah, tomorrow like kind of seemed like a good day. Tomorrow or on the weekend, depends on what you guys want. For me, it's good. All right, we have here purpose for the farming. It's gonna be dungeons. So it's gonna be farmathon. This is the concept, okay? Every donation, dono, sub, or membership member equals to +1 green set item. And it's gonna be uncapped, okay? It's gonna be uncapped. It can go for as long as it has to be, okay? It can go for many hours. Let me see something, because in the morning I'm having like a few coaching sessions. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, maybe. Okay, I did 1 today, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so on Saturday, I think Saturday or Sunday will be like a very good day for that. Yeah, maybe Saturday. Saturday like seems like a great day for that. Friday? Yeah, but we can do on Saturday then. My wife is saying that on Friday we have my grandpa's birthday. You could make a Discord challenge too. Whoever drops the most green set items within upon the time. Oh, but how do you control that? How can we control that? That'll be a great idea. Imagine putting a giveaway. I will do like a giveaway of like, I don't know. Imagine like $10 or $15 or something like that for the person that will do something. I also had this idea, guys, that no! Wait, what am I doing? Oh my god, the memory muscle. Oh my god, what am I doing here? Oh my god. What the fuck, man? Oh my god, I am literally in PvE gear. Okay, no, this. Man, I always mess up this. Oh man, how many times this already happened? I am speaking with you guys, I'm completely zoned out and my memory muscle kicks in. Yo, Deepak, what's up, man? Lots of love from Nepal. You know what? I already been in your country. Just for 1 day, by the way. Just for 1 day. But I've been there. So, I had... my wife lives in India. So, because of... you cannot stay in the same country more than 3 months as a tourist visa. So, I had to go to Nepal. And then come back to India just to refresh it. That's pretty much it. No. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, get this. Whew. That's how you know I am a true PvPer, man. My memory muscle takes me to battlegrounds. But I don't have slow time. I don't have the slow time affix. Okay. I've got caught. All right. He also got caught, so this is good. This is good. Okay. Yeah, take the kill. Easy. No, 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 no. Look at that freeze. That freeze from the chisel, by the way. Okay, we got it. Easy, guys. Easy, guys. Even with the PvE spec. Oh, 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 oh. Not the statue. Okay. I don't have like the 4 pieces glooms, which decreases a lot like the damage. It's fine. We gotta win it. Freeze. Yeah, easy. Okay, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. No, no. Never die, boys. But the thing is, like, with this build, I cannot be as aggressive as usually I am. Having the magic attributes of like the slow time is so key. Wait, quintuple kill. Okay, come here, come here. Sextup. There it is, boys. This one is for my boy. For my boy David. He knows it. He knows it. I got his back. I just came. Listen, the guys, the real reason why I came into Battlegrounds is so can David have his sextuple kill. The daily juice. Okay, am I gonna die? Oh my god. Look at them. They wanna get your boy. Your boy Indez. Oops, oops, oops. Kill a guy. No, I'm dead. I'm dead. Is reaching level 30, rank 30 a huge boost, or from 26? It mainly is gonna help you to go into the next difficulty like quite easier, but it's not. It's not a huge boost. It's mainly combat rating that we're talking about later on. The bigger boost is 26, and that's pretty much it for the reforges. Oh, I thought this was one of them. Okay. Okay. Did we win? All right. We came here. I didn't want to come here, guys. I didn't want to come here. But since we're here, listen, even with my PvE, man, most damage dealt, of course. I mean, to be fair, I was doing a lot of damage over there. I think my wife is with COVID, man. She cannot, she doesn't have smell. She's coughing like a dog. Are you feverish? You feeling better? All right, good for you. The game is muted? Oh my god! Why did you not tell me? I know why. Because every time that I switch to Diablo 2, I have to switch the game. The in-game thing. Okay, let's go here. What do I use? Yeah, it's this one. What's your opinion on the new instances? I felt disappointed. Yeah, that makes two of us. Yeah, I don't see a lot coming from them. So I don't have a lot of expectations. So someone was asking me to try the Terror Rift because you guys were saying that it was like got nerfed. I hope not. All right, we have here 2 people. Doesn't matter where they are. So let's check it out. So someone was saying that right now in Terror Rift, you only get 1 all the time. You never get 2. So I'm gonna do like maximum 2 Terror Rifts and that's it. No more. So summon party. So guys, the Farmathon on Saturday. How does that sound? Wait, but we are on Saturday. When is the party? When is the main party? The main city party? Hey. When is the main city party? It's on Saturday? Fuck, dude. So we do it tomorrow. Farmathon tomorrow? I am free, I think. Sunday. Okay, Sunday. Yeah. No. I think the main thing is on Sunday. Yeah, we do it tomorrow. Guys, we're gonna do it tomorrow. Farmathon tomorrow. I'll make the design tonight. Can you make? Hey, can you make a design? Farmathon. For summoners, necro summoners build and side corpse lance. If you AFK farming summoners, if you're doing anything else in the game, side and corpse lance. That's pretty much how it is. No, I don't think so. Yo, Beast, what's up, man? I was just talking about you, man. Like a while back, whenever I was talking about the PvP rewards. Remember I did that video that you comment that you reached to 10,000 rating? And you were saying that it was not worth it, the time investment for the shitty PvP rewards you got. Yeah, I absolutely agree, man. So, see guys, I don't lie. He's right here, boys. He's right here, the guy that I was talking about. You're already 5k rating? Let's fucking go. You gotta get those 10 extra. Those 10 extra normal gems, man. Those are very, very juicy. And by the way, Beast, I was were you on my team or were you against? Because I was in my PvE. In my PvE build though. So I kinda got a bit scared though. Oh, the Chinese name? Okay, I didn't pay attention. But if you won, we won. 20k incoming. I think like the highest rating that we had was like 16k. How much did Crafty got? It was Crafty, I think. 60,000 points or something like insane. It's literally it's most likely playing every single PvP session the full time for 3 months. I can never go that high on my rezo. Yeah. Yeah, Crafty is like the thing that I was saying at the start of the stream. The best player of Diablo Immortal will always be the guy that has the 3 things: the knowledge, the money, and the skill. This is like the perfect triangle, you know, that happens in this game. That if you manage to hit all these 3 things, you're probably the best player. Oh. Cristiano Ronaldo got engaged? Really? Finally. I mean, I think she deserves it though. She's been with him for such a long time. Unless she's going for the long con. You know? Can I see the build? Yeah. Let me just go to the city. Yeah, CR said I put the ring on it. Yes, sir. Massive diamond. Put on the react thing so I can see. We're 73 win rate with the 5,000 rate. That's really good, man. For me, like, I am with like 71 right now, but I play multiple classes. It's especially the unoptimal ones, like Blood Knight and Monk. But I'm still happy. As long as I'm like above like 65 or 70, I'm good. I think the highest I had was like 80 back in the day, but I only mained Barb. It was like back whenever like Barb was with the Spartusk build. Oh, that was so good. I felt like so good. Wedding stream when? Me and my wife, we are planning to get to do a wedding ceremony next year, going to India, because we have to do like something for the family, because we only got married in you know, with the papers. You want to do the white wedding? So we're gonna go to India to do the brown wedding, and here in Portugal we do the white wedding. Okay, we stream whenever we do the white wedding. The white clothes. Okay, sounds good. Dude. How old am I? How old do you think I am? Okay, usually nowadays, whenever I ask this question, I always feel like people give me more age than I am, and then I feel like I have to go like to the pharmacy and buy like right now anti-age cream, moisturizer cream. 32? Okay, that's pretty close. Yeah, around that. I'm 34 right now. Indian weddings are so good. The food, yeah, like I've been okay. The one I went, I got a bit unlucky. It was not insane. I thought it was gonna be like, you know, like you go with these expectations, like Indian weddings. I was expecting some elephants or something, you know, like some wild shit, and it was like very mild, but still, I was there for to see it. Indez is 44. No, I'm not, you asshole. What are you? Oh my god. Am I looking that old now? Am I looking that old, guys? Maybe I should listen. Maybe I should start, you know, putting my my hair in front of my face to hide my wrinkles. You look like Jesus, so like, oh my god. I'm getting trolled by the chat now. Okay, to be honest, man, I did all this run. I didn't see if I got a terror answers or not. Did I? I must have gotten one. Fuck, I didn't count. I didn't count yet. I didn't even see. You guys distract me a lot, man. I'm here on a mission, and you guys are distracting me. Okay, 184 instances. Okay, so we got reported that there is a bug that Terror Rift now does not give you more than 1 Terrances. I think that's some bullshit. Alright? I think that's some bullshit. But I will test it out just for you guys. I think the beard makes you look older for some people. But you have a crazy cool beard, so I'm jealous. Yeah, that's why I'm rocking it. yeah, of course it makes you look older. It's like you guys never want to see the baby Indez, man. Listen, my wife, once she saw the baby Indez, she almost pulled up the divorce papers right there. Okay. So mine is red. Okay, mine is I have ginger beard, but only whenever like the sun is hitting the beard. He has like some highlights. Okay, I got some ginger highlights, man. I'm fancy. Okay. You have dropped it more than one multiple times today. Okay, thank you, Nikki. So I don't need to waste my time. I want to see you without beard. All right, so we can make a deal, man. So I'm gonna lose 50% of my my property for the divorce, and then I'm also gonna take 5,000 from the nation. So, and then we can make it happen. But hey, if we get divorced and then I grow my beard again, will you marry me again? You will remarry me? Okay. Okay, so she says we're fine, good. We're fine, okay? So we're only gonna be divorced for like 6 months. Once the beard is back, then she will remarry me. Yeah, the wife will take the 5K. Yeah, oh, that's right. You gotta be 10K. It's true. Very, very true. Go hit that PvP beast. Sounds like the wedding is in 6 months then. I mean, it should be early next year. That's the plan. Until then, guys, I gotta grind. We gotta grind a lot, man. I gotta grind a gaming laptop. We gotta grind that so I can be in India and I can actually create content. I'm not gonna stay there for 1 month without creating content. Absolutely not. It's not gonna happen. And then there's like gonna be like the insane expenses. So, well, listen, guys. Don't. I don't want to think about it. It already makes me stressed. It already makes me stressed thinking about those things. Oh, there was someone that asked. Oh, who asked for the build? Someone asked here for the build. I forgot. Yo, Dalen, are you still there? Man, Dalen, if you're still there in the chat, let me know so I can show you the build and you can take a screenshot. You got the dance moves ready for the wedding? Oh, I'm born with them, man. Like you guys saw that. You already saw me dancing that TikTok cringed. What is the best PvE class right now? Depends on where you are in the game. Probably Tempest, Necro, or Barbarian are the best starters in my opinion. But if you're like a very good player, like you've been playing for a while, probably like Wizard or Crusader are very good right now. The only issue that Wizard has is like you take a lot of damage, man. A lot of damage. 25% of the chat said that they are Paragon 1000. Really? Oh my god, look at it. All scammers. The chat is scamming us. There is no way. You know what? Whenever I made that, you made it on purpose. So if you're still learning the game, I would go probably with the Tempest. It's a very fun class and very high damage early on. Okay, Dalen is here. Nice. All right, Dalen is here. Let me show you the build. Take a screenshot, buddy. This is the one. 3, 2, 1. All right. You can always pause the live stream and then go back. Don't worry about it. It said that we don't see better PvE nuances for some classes. Yeah. I don't think there's a lot of PvE over there. Only maybe, I think maybe Demon Hunter is gonna have like some good PvE. Okay, let's do this. Okay. So if I get here another instance. Okay, we didn't drop. We didn't drop though. But I have, yeah, 185. It's just like it is luck based. You know, you have to get lucky basically. All right. So we go here. I think everything is done. Okay, give me this Gucci. All right, these goodies. Nice. Another. Okay, anything else that we have to do here? I don't think so. How many contracts do you have? A lot. You don't want to know, man. I have... How many do I have? Yeah, I have 456. Yeah, 400. Huh? Yeah, we're gonna reach to the 500, man. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Soon, very soon. How? So basically, if you ignore the pet system for a year, you also get it. So every time that you say, "Oh my God, how?" just think that I just keep hoarding things and I don't pull. And that's how you get it. One of those contracts must drop 1 million plat pet. I have been waiting for a new system from pets. Okay. So first I was waiting for the new pets. And then I was waiting for the new system. The problem is like those things never happen until now. It didn't happen whenever I had 100. It didn't happen whenever I had 200 contracts, 300, 400. And probably we will not have a new pet or even the pet system whenever I'm going to have 500. So... Yo, James, what's up, man? Some of the new AFKs are going for big bucks. Yeah, the Phalanx, right? The one we saw yesterday. Yeah, I saw that, but I mean, I don't know about it. Maybe I should. Like, listen, guys. Whenever I reach 500, we pull everything. How does that sound? Does that sound good? Because like the new system, like honestly, when is it gonna come? We don't even have a new dungeon, right? How long do you guys think it will take to summon 500 pets? Because there's something also very annoying about the pets. It's the fact that I think you have a maximum of pet slots, right? I think there's a maximum that you can carry with you. So it's not like I can get all of them. Or can I get, can I have like 500 pets with me? Or there must be a maximum, right? Or no? Because if there is not, the new pet system is the pet skin. Yeah, this is the new pet system, guys. Let me get the doggy. The doggy is so fun. I don't like this one though. I think they did Ragnaros kind of dirty, man. It doesn't even look like Ragnaros, to be honest. They fucked it up, man. I don't know. It just looks weird. But the doggy looks cool. I like the doggy, personally. Okay. Not gonna use these. Okay, we have to do one more dungeon so we can get these materials here. I think we gonna be able to craft 2 ancient helmets per difficulty, right? Or no? Because how many days are we left? We are at 980, so we have this week and another one. No, another week and another week to 1000. So we have still 2 weeks in the bag. And I feel like we will be able to get 2 of them. Right? One at 950 and the other one at 1000. If you do things nicely. If you do like the raids and if you do the daily logins. I mean, that's not bad. I'll probably get the Ord Splinter, to be honest. But first, I get the Grave Runner for PvP. All right. I think like 80% of the players, or maybe 90, went with the Ord Splinter, right? It's not a bad choice, to be fair. It's just not the choice I would have made. Wales got it earlier because they could run more the Inferno 7. Yeah, they could have run it earlier, right? And also a few got lucky and they dropped them. Dropping it early definitely can be a really good kick. Like a dopamine kick, you know? That I think for sure. Let me get some. Alright, let's go here. I think I'm quite done. Do I need to do anything daily or weekly? I have to go check my... I got a checklist. I did my dungeons, I did the Elder Reefs, I did Vault, I did the weekly gems, I did Vanguard, I did the raids, I did Diablo. So I like to get those things out of the way, man. Yeah, I did that. All right. Easy. By the way, guys, if you guys have a lot of like loyalty points, and if you want, you should spend them because they're gonna be converted into legacy ones. Tower defense, yes, I do Shard Storm every day in the morning. I also did that. Yeah, so I think we're pretty much done. How are you feeling about this piano build? I like it for dungeons. For dungeons, it's fun. I don't mind playing with it. It's not as intensive to play with it as the other one with the lightning novas around you. Okay, so all right, we're done with this. I think that's it, guys. I think it's some reaction times. I think it's time for us to go and there's here a few things that I want to watch. So, what is this? What the hell? Jesus. Look at this ring. Wow. So, FYI, guys, Ronaldo got engaged. Jeez, that's not a diamond, man. That's a nugget. That's absolutely chicken diamond nuggets. Wow, dude. Oh man, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. What do you think about this the ring? You can speak on that.
I think it's too big.
You think it's too big?
Yeah, if you lose it, you're done.
Oh, but they don't have those problems. If she loses it, they just buy another one.
Yeah.
No, they are not poor like us. Yeah, but I understand what you're saying. But they definitely can buy another one.
But do you like the ring?
Yeah, I think it looks like a nugget, like a chicken diamond nugget. It's too big.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I will definitely make it like slightly smaller, but it is a statement ring, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Looks like he's a 12k rezo. Absolutely. Shout out to CR7. Yeah. So, guys, there was here a video. Where was the video? There was like this one from Orat that someone sent me. We have here Cloud. He sent me, but we have more. We have more. Where is the thing? What was the other one? I kind of wanted to see this one. Streaming is dying. This one seems like a good video. Streaming is a scam. And the psychology. No, not this one. Psychology of free to play. Goodbye to Diablo Immortal. The psychology of free to play. What the bro? 50 minutes? Bro, 50 minutes. Hell nah. Nah. This is too much, guys. Bro, 50 minutes. Maximum I can go is like 20 minutes. Maximum. Like edging on like 25, 30. But if one is worth
in this video,
it was this one. I really want one day to watch this one. The Immortal design of Diablo Immortal from Josh. I never watched it. Never watched it. But I really wanted to see. I love Josh Strife. So eventually we're probably gonna watch this one. Let's see this one. Exposing scammers in Rome. What is this? All right. So which one should I start? Which one should we start? Streaming is a scam, or we start with the Orat's one, armor and armor penetration. The tooltips are not correct. Dude. Let's give Orat some love. All right. So, legends, you know what to do? Say hi to YouTube, boys. Say hi to YouTube. Armor and armor penetration. This is what it does. The tooltips are not correct. Let's watch this. A lot of people send me this.
Hello guys, this is Oroth and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about something that is a little bit
Why so low? What the? Isn't like super low? How can I? No, not this. How can I make it like no, sound booster.
Hello guys, this is Oroth and
Did he
welcome
help?
back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk.
Bro, he gotta he has to fix the mic, man. Sound booster. Okay. Okay.
But something that is a little bit of a scandal.
Did it help?
I'm a little bit surprised that there has not been more outrage about this.
Bro, why are you so low? Can you guys... Yeah, it's too fucking low, man. Now we cannot... I'm gonna put this at maximum. Like, this is sound booster.
And I'm gonna explain to you what I mean about that. But the topic of...
Yeah, I can't... It's fine. Sounds very good. Does it sound very... Isn't like super low? No, it doesn't have anything to do with Windows. Windows is always up. It's fine for you guys. All right. If it's fine for you guys, I'm gonna try to boost here. Usually, I like to have it a bit higher. Gonna try to boost it on OBS. Give me 1 second. It's low, but we can hear it. Yeah, but I don't. I want to be like good, and you guys can hear it as well. I don't want to be low.
Hello guys, this is Oroth and welcome back to my...
This is better, right? All right. All right. So, yeah. No, at least guys, I don't want, because I'll explain you the problem. If he's speaking very low, what's gonna happen is that people is gonna make like this very to the maximum. And then whenever they are watching the reaction, then whenever I speak, I'm going to be like super loud, right? And so I want to make things a bit more even for people that watch the reactions. So guys, you know what to do. Spam the hi YouTube. Hi YouTube. Like this is obviously going to be a reaction on our Indez TV channel. By the way, the Indez TV channel, if you're not still subscribed, it is popping off, guys. We're about to get monetized on it. So I'm very proud of that. My wife, she's been doing like a tremendous amount of job. So guys, it is happening. We're gonna watch now Aura once again with the armor and armor penetration. This is what it does. The tooltips are not correct.
Hello guys, this is Oroth and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about something that is a little bit of a scandal. I'm a little bit surprised that there has not been more outrage about this, and I'm gonna explain to you what I mean about that. But the topic of today's video is armor and armor penetration. I'm gonna tell you what armor and armor penetration actually does, but on top of that, we will also take a look at some tooltips, and we will discover that the tooltips are actually not correct. They're not reflecting the truth about these stats. So let us go first.
And this, if this is true, it is a problem that's been hunting Diablo Immortal for a very long time. We have the Vitus problem. So Vitus, it says that increase the beneficial effect duration by 30%. But in reality, it does not does that exactly. It does something else inside the game. But because of the translation from the Chinese, a poor translation from Chinese to English, now we have that. And that happens all over the place.
Here and look at my attributes, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. If we go here and take a look at my armor penetration, we can see that I'm currently a lot higher than the recommended for this difficulty. And when I'm higher than the recommended, I will gain some critical hit damage.
Yeah.
And this reward is diminishing, so the further above I am the recommended, the less rewards I will get.
Yes.
But I have just talked about that in a different video about secondaries. But the topic of this video is to discuss what are these stats.
So basically, if you have above 800, you're gonna have like 50%, let's imagine. But if you have 2,400, you're only gonna have like 56. That's the diminished return. It's like you go up very high, and then you just keep increasing, but very slow.
Providing for us. And what's important to mention is that when we play in PvP, there are no limits for how high you can go with your secondaries and still have an effect, because your armor penetration, for example, will be compared with your opponent's armor, and that's what will determine how powerful your armor penetration will be. And some players, they have low armor, and then you don't need that high armor penetration to get the full value against those people. But if you play against someone with high armor, then you need a lot more armor penetration before you start to get bonuses. Now I'm going to show you the interaction between these two. And first we can read here what the text says on the armor. And on the armor here on the tooltip, it says that it will reduce all damage taken and increases blocked amount. So from reading this tooltip, one might think that whenever I put on more armor, I will take less damage.
No, I don't read it that way. The way I read is that it's gonna reduce the damage that actually is right. Reduce all the damage taken and increase the blocked amount. So
types of damage will be reduced,
let him
because
keep
this is what the tooltip is saying. And a lot of people, they are investing a lot into upgrading their armor as high as possible, but that's actually not how armor works. Armor and armor penetration has two purposes. If we look at armor, for example, when you have higher armor than your opponent's armor penetration, it will increase.
So if you read like the second part, it says that it reduces all the damage taken, but it reduces the blocking. So it's here, it increases your damage reduction from blocking by 70%. But unless this 70% here, it is the block value. But I don't think it is. I think like this is this. Maybe I'm wrong. But what I read is like the blocking is going to give you 50% reduction. And on top of that, if you have more armor, it's going to be 67% base reduction. That's how I read. I don't read these as this is going to give me like a flat 70% damage reduction. I only read that it's going to increase the damage reduction from my blocking from 50 to 67%.
Your block value. So whenever you are blocking an attack, that attack will only deal 50% of the damage. And if your armor is higher than your opponent's armor penetration, this value will go up. So it will start from a base reduction of 50%, like the tooltip says here. Yeah. And here you can see currently, if I would be 1143 higher than my opponent, I will get 17% extra damage reduction on top of that 50% whenever I block. And what's important to mention here is that if I start to take off some aquamarines, if I reduce my armor, you can see now that I'm only 487 above, but I only lose 2% damage reduction whenever I block. So I'm at 65% instead of 67%.
Yeah.
So I would say that you will break even somewhere around 500 above the recommended. And beyond that point, it doesn't really matter if your armor penetration is a lot higher than your opponent. So that is one of the interactions. That's when we talk about block chance. And the other interaction is the critical hit damage.
Because this is the problem. Like, if you have high armor, but you don't have any block on your reforce sets, in the substats, probably is gonna be useless.
So if we look here on my armor penetration, for example, as soon as I have higher armor penetration than my opponent's armor, I will start to get more critical hit damage.
Yes.
And the same thing is here. Let's say that I have 5,500 armor penetration and my opponent in PvP has 5,000 armor, then I'm 500 higher. And then I've almost reached the total bonus I can get from armor penetration against that single opponent. So if I remove some sapphires here, you can see that all of a sudden, now I'm 1,143 higher. I still almost get the same value. Let's take off some more sapphires. I take off another one. And
it's gonna be like 49.
If I would be 487 higher, I would still get 45% critical hit damage. If I remove another sapphire, now we will all of a sudden see that I am below, and now you can see that the damage reduction from their blocking goes up by 10% if their armor is 168 higher than my armor penetration. So this means that if you're between 0 to 500 above your opponent, then the difference.
So in theory, if you have higher armor, you get the 50% base plus the 17 plus the 10%, right? In theory, that's how it should be. So 77%.
For each extra armor pen I would put in, but after 500 above, I almost get nothing. But of course, in PvP, you can meet opponents with both 3,000 armor or 8,000 armor. So of course, the more armor penetration you have, the more often you will reduce their blocked value and gain more critical hit damage. So this is what these stats are doing, and I would say that for the block chance, I think that this amount can go up to like 20% extra, so you can have a total of 70% more damage reduction whenever you block. And what's important to mention here as well is that to gain the bonuses from armor and armor penetration, of course you need a lot of critical hit chance to reap the benefits of the critical hit damage. And on top of that, you also need a lot of block chance to reap the blocked value benefits from the armor. The main takeaway from this video, of course, it's important that you understand what these stats actually do, but the fact that it says here on the tooltip that armor will reduce all damage taken when it's not the truth is actually kind of scandalous, because
I actually never I never paid attention. Like I paid attention, but I always assumed that this was the right information here in the bottom. I felt like reducing all the damage taken, like in overall, I feel like will be extremely OP.
Especially when there's something that we spend platinum on, and it costs a lot of resources to up your secondaries after a certain point. Then we won't.
I always took it that was by chance.
I remember sometime 2 years ago, or maybe even longer, when we have this gem blessings of the worthy, where they actually changed the text. So the text on the gem when it originally released at launch was different compared to how it is today. And based on the tooltip of the legendary gem, the gem was actually a lot stronger compared to how it actually works. And I think that this is almost fraudulent, because this is something that people are getting orbs for. They spend a lot of platinum, and yeah, I mean, it's really, really bad, to be honest. So
yeah, they need to get their shit together with the translation. Basically, it happens on the patch notes. It happens inside the game, and especially like Orat is saying, and well, if it's gonna mess up with literally the plats, you know, like you're literally spending money to bump your armor, and then the armor doesn't work as you think. Definitely that's a bad thing.
I really hope that they change this tooltip. I can understand that sometimes things get translated.
So basically what I think it should have said was that it reduced all damage taken. I mean, it reduced all damage taken and increased the block amount. So it should have said reduce all damage taken off your blocked amounts, something like that. You know, like the end makes it look like it's like two different things, right? That's like a. I understand, like, I never read it this way, but I understand how can someone, because you're just literally just reading here, reduce all damage taken, right?
Curious to hear your thoughts about it as well, so please let me know in the comments what you think about it, and let's see what happens in the future going forward. So anyways, that was everything for today. I just want to wish you a very nice day or a very nice evening wherever you are. And of course, to all of my clan members in Nyx, I would also like to say Voruk Nyx, Sholak Sol. So, bye-bye.
Voruk Nyx, Sholak Sol, boys. Let's drop here a like to Orat. Always coming with these informative videos. I really hope that, you know, we all know that Diablo Immortal, it is, you know, a Eastern IP with a Chinese, you know, company managing it. And that's a problem. That creates, like, these problems, because a lot of, like, the things that come into the game comes with these problems. So go there, drop him a like and a sub if you still didn't. I should say it, give you bigger balls. We have a clear case for a lawsuit. Blizzard days are numbered. It's quite annoying, man. Like, for me, I mean, I understand that I can empathize. Just because I don't spend money in the game doesn't mean that I don't see how outrageous it can be something, right? Because you make a decision based on the description of the product. And if the product says it's orange, and the orange furniture that you buy is going to match with your couch because it's orange, and it's going to be the vibe that your wife likes, and whenever then you get the product is actually blue, then that's a problem, right? It is a massive problem. You should be able to refund it, because you are buying something with an assumption that's going to work or be in a certain way, and then whenever you have it, it's not. So that's the problem. Yo, Ravilon, and welcome, Dalek. What's up, man? How you doing, brother? The get button in the game is very odd. Why isn't he buy? The get? What do you mean the get? On the shop? I mean, probably put the get. It's the same as like in the past, like you could buy these things from with orbs. So where is the things? Currencies, right? I don't even know how to navigate on the shop, to be honest. Platinum. All right. So this is like so weird, man. I don't know. I just don't understand. I can't understand. Best way to hit grinding for the 1000. Basically, Robert, unless you had like your battle pass saved up and you have all your raids from Inferno 8 and Gauntlet 1 first clears available, you're probably not gonna reach to 1000 today, like this week. But the best way is to spam Erevan. Just open all the chests. It's like super annoying. In charging and material events. Okay, let me see. Materials, get one. Oh, I see. The get one is not buy one. I mean, like, technically, here you're not buying, right? Because you already bought the orbs. I mean, technically you're buying with the orbs currency. So yeah, it's a gray area. It's a gray area, you know. I mean, you can also say, hey, can you go get some milk? Or you can, hey, can you go buy some milk? You know, like you can use both of them. So I think like they are using that gray area of like the vocabulary, like the grammar to slide with this. All right. So, boys, we watch audit. There it is now. Now you guys are going to be able to pick. We have here, streaming is a scam. Piracy is back. To be honest, guys, piracy was never gone. And we have, I expose scammers in Rome. Which one do you guys want to watch? Expose scammers or the streaming one? If you know, you know. True. But the thing is, like, I feel like that's really 90s and like older generation that they came like from that you know that time. We know, but I feel like new generation, they don't even know how to do it, you know? Okay, let's watch this one. Streaming is a scam. Piracy is back. And reality was never gone.
For decades, the internet has enabled all the content you could possibly dream of to be accessible at a fingertip. Streaming is now everywhere.
Okay, wait. Now it's blasting in your ears, right, guys? Now it was like super loud. Okay, we gotta have a take two, guys. So we had to bump for for audit, and now we're gonna have to put it down because this guy got the volume right. All right, take two, guys. Take two. Say hi to YouTube. Say hi to YouTube. Streaming is the scam. Piracy is back from Moon.
For decades, the internet has enabled all the content you could possibly dream of to be accessible at a fingertip. Streaming is now everywhere. Any movie or TV show you want to watch is there. And yet, just as we're saturated with streaming content everywhere,
it's too much.
Piracy is now back and becoming normal again. Because people are starting to...
Yeah, because you want to watch one episode here or one show on the Netflix, then you want to watch like a House of Dragons and it's gonna be on HBO Max, and then you're gonna watch, for example, Invincible, and then you have to go to the Prime, and then you want to watch Star Wars. Oh, then there's no way everyone's gonna have a membership for all of them. That's crazy. If they want, get together. make one master streaming service where all of them get the juice, and that's it. And to be fair, Apple TV has some crazy shows, and all the shows, most of them are very high quality. Making a monopoly, absolutely, man, absolutely. Because like the honest truth is that I'd rather pay for one service than paying for like 10 dog shit ones. That's just how it is, honest. Netflix used to be the king. Then everyone started to copy Netflix. And now Netflix not only increases the prices, and it is like really, really bad.
To realize that modern streaming is a scam and millions of people are just simply tuning out. And despite the ads and the price
quality
hikes,
is lower.
the studios are still losing billions because we are going into a new golden age of piracy. But this wave of piracy is simply a wider symptom that the internet as a whole is dying. The same greedy decisions that are killing streaming are also undermining the entire internet as a whole, and possibly the rest of the economy. And now as we see governments restricting 18+ content, requiring users to do facial scans and upload their physical IDs to gatekeep the internet, trying to
I saw that YouTube also wants to do something like this. How do you guys feel about this? I mean, like, in a way can be better, but I also understand how, you know, the internet lives a lot from the people liking to be anonymous, to either to troll, to flame, but in general, it's just like way more comfortable to be anonymous. Like sometimes you can actually say your own real opinions just because it's not attached to your real name. But once you actually put your ID attached to the things, then probably you also can be, for example, go to court or someone like how can he actually get like really bad? Well, that's how
literally
it
block
is.
VPNs as we speak, it's clear we're in for a new age of piracy. But how did this all start and where did this come from? Let's start with streaming.
That website, boys. That website.
People used to think it was the future, but the state of it today makes you nostalgic for the past. When you compare the modern state of streaming to what we used to have, it's nice.
Some people still live in the
Netflix
past.
was the only show in town, it was insanely cheap compared to cable.
This was
For
good.
just $8 a month, you had access to Netflix's entire catalog. While Netflix didn't make their own shows, you still got far more value for money. These were the days before every Hollywood studio had segregated its backlog for its own platform. Pretty much anything you could imagine was on Netflix, available instantly. Compare that.
This was the golden age of streaming platforms. I think, like, to be honest, in music, it is still, I mean, like, you have Apple Music, you have Spotify, but I think, like, Spotify is, like, the go-to in, like, I don't know the market share, but I will, like, say that probably, like, Spotify has the majority of the market share.
To today, and you start to get a sense of just how messed up
Spotify
the
is pretty
streaming
good.
landscape has become. So let's see how it all stacks up in reality today. For the mainstream platforms, you've got Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, HBO Max, and Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Apple TV, and finally Peacock. We're already looking at over $100 a month, or $1,236 a year.
Insane.
And this is all for no improvement in service. All that gets you is the same level of ad-free access you would have had for $8 just a decade ago. Sure, you'd probably get more content paying $100 a month today than you would have gotten 10 years ago, but you just can't deny how insanely expensive it's getting for normal people. As we all
But really, you get like this insane amount of content, but do you really have a life or enough time in your life that you can literally consume every single platform? Like the content of every single platform? I feel like I highly doubt, unless you're unemployed and you're like playing video games and on the side monitor you're watching all the new shows, most likely you're not gonna have enough time for it.
thought we were escaping cable prices, but now we're paying even more. But we're hardly done here. If you're into documentaries, you might want Curiosity Stream, which is another $5 a month. If you like anime, then Crunchyroll is another $8 a month minimum. And oftentimes, this is still with the ad-supported subscription tier. Often it's not even cheaper, it's just the old price they used to charge before they hiked it up. Some platforms like Amazon just force the adverts into their existing service, or charging their customers $3 extra a month to remove them. Yet the entire reason to often have these services is to not deal with constant.
And back in the day, I don't know about now, but Prime, like Amazon Prime used to be, or is still, I don't know, because I actually canceled, but it used to be like super high value. You used to have like Prime Video. You had Prime Music, which was like not crazy, but it was still there. There was like the service of the delivery. and there was still a free subscription on Twitch. So if you guys have a Amazon Prime, you can connect to your Twitch and go to twitch.tv/IndezYT and well, subscribe for free.
Ads anymore, and going back is seemingly a non-negotiable. It's why an estimated 25% of Prime Video's young adult users cancelled their subscription entirely when it was introduced. Plus, if you have any other subscriptions, like a Spotify subscription, ChatGPT subscription, even a subscription for your car, you'll end up just forking out.
What? A subscription for your car?
ChatGPT subscription.
Okay, I got this one. I don't have this one. I used to have this one. I cancelled. I used to have this one, I cancelled, and now I got it again because of ChatGPT 5. I just want to try it.
Even a subscription for your car.
But this, man, maybe I'm too broke, man. My car doesn't have a subscription, okay? I need a better card, I guess.
You'll end up just...
So, no modern cars, you have to buy the card and you also have to pay a monthly subscription?
Forking out hundreds of dollars a month very easily. And so when the obvious alternative to much of this stuff is always going to be free, you can see why so many people have been willing just to say no to the nonsense, as millions of people have now been recently cancelling their subscriptions, and if things continue to get worse, this process will only accelerate. But before we get into the pirate ships threatening to sink...
On Tesla, autopilots is a monthly charge. Wow, that's insane monthly revenue for them. That's actually really fucking smart. That's why also Apple started getting more and more and more into services. So now you have like Apple TV, you have also the Apple Fitness Apple or whatever it is. Then you have Apple Music and you have all these services because more than 1 billion people have an iPhone on their hands. So they already have the device. You just have to serve them with the, with the package. They even have this Apple One, which is like all the service in one, something like that.
The entire industry, we need to understand how we even got here in the first place. You see, the Hollywood of today is completely different to what it used to be. You have this image of a small set of studio executives and CEOs controlling the whole industry and taking the profits. While most of that's still true, they aren't working for themselves anymore. The past 2 decades have seen a process called financialization decimate Hollywood, as described in the book Derivative Media: How Wall Street Devours Culture. You see, the studios don't even own themselves anymore. They've often sold out to private equity, and here's how it works. Say you've got a struggling movie studio like MGM in 2004.
Okay.
They had been one of the biggest studios in Hollywood, but despite their rich catalogue of IPs and characters like James Bond and Spider-Man, the 90s and 2000s had not been kind to them. Now, saddled with debt from trying to stay relevant, the studio was looking for a way out, and this is where private equity comes along. They see what's called a distressed asset, and they have just the right tool to make profit from it: a leverage buyout. Using borrowed money, billions of it in this case, a few equity firms could take over a company like MGM and pay off the previous debts with even more borrowed cash. Often a larger competitor will then join the buyout so that the private equity firms can use them as a platform to extract even more profit. In MGM's case, the equity firms would join...
So this is like way above my payroll, man. That's why I have an accountant. This is like literally why I'm not rich. I am not rich because I don't understand money at that level, and I should. But the reality is, like, I never had this amount of money to even make like certain plays because, like, for example, I went to my accountant and he say, hey, there are levels. So he told me like a game, right? So there are levels, and pretty much the more money you have, the more things you're gonna unlock that you can actually do these money moves to actually save more money. And I was like, okay, so if I have no money, I'm going to pay the biggest amount of taxes, basically. And he said, yes. Yes, you didn't unlock those levels yet.
By some of the other studios like Sony, eager to get their hands on MGM's licenses. MGM meanwhile took on a further $3.7 billion in debt to try and make this deal, nearly twice as much as the equity firms paid off when they bought it. Now the standard play is often to strip the assets and just move on. This is how private equity makes money from distressed assets. In MGM's case, Sony took the valuable characters, the catalogue of movies, and any other content which was potentially profitable. And all the other parts of MGM, like all the staff, were dead weights. As costs go down, profits remain the same for a little while the stock price goes up and the equity firm can make their money back. By the time the damage from the layoffs and the liquidation becomes clear, the firms that bought it will have probably sold it already, or they'll have made enough of stock dividends that they just don't care anymore. While the MGM buyout marked the beginning of a gold rush for private equity,
And this is all happen without the peasants understanding how these banks and law firms and like financial firms, they do all these big bucks, man. Like, because we are just not, our financial literacy of like the majority of the people are not enough. And I believe that, for example, in Portugal, they are trying to pass a bill for next year to actually put in schools financial literacy since like the 6th grade or something like that. So as a kid, you start understanding like the value of money and how can you actually start preparing yourself for the future. Until like now, there was nothing like that.
really didn't go that well on paper. A few years later, MGM was still heavily in debt with barely anything left to sell to pay it off. Sony hadn't made as much on Spider-Man and James Bond as they thought, but the end result of all of this was that Hollywood became even more concentrated. MGM ceased to exist as it got traded from one equity firm to another, each one trying to extract the last bit of value from its corpse. Their characters and IP got swallowed up into Sony, backed by private equity.
Oh, I
Hollywood
remember
then constructed
this.
even more and sold
Because now Spider-Man, it is from Sony.
out to private equity once again. And we've seen how this process eventually unfolded with MGM, as the entire company got stripped and thrown away like a total car. The next 2 decades saw the same song and dance play out over and over again. In the same year, JP Morgan and some other firms bought out AMC. Cinemark was sold out to Madison Dearborn Partners. And in 2006, a group of investors led by the world's largest asset manager Blackstone bought out the Nielsen Company, which is a massive Hollywood audience data firm. Hulu then went a year later, as well as Univision not long afterwards. DreamWorks was then bought up in 2008 by private equity, Miramax in 2010, and
So all of these big boys are selling out. So they are all going
2012,
broke?
one of Hollywood's largest talent agencies, WME, was brought out by the private equity firm Silver Lake. A year later, they then struck again, buying out another agency called IMG. And they were 2 of the 4 big ones. Some of IMG's clients included Taylor Swift and Justin Timberlake. And so in the space of 1 year, one private equity firm took control of a huge part of the industry. So why has no one ever heard about any of this? You think people would be interested in learning how just a few firms bought one of the biggest industries in the world. The whole of Hollywood has been bought out, and yet this was buried in the press, especially in the press that covers Hollywood. The Hollywood Reporter, Variety, Rolling Stone, IndieWire, and most other major entertainment news companies are owned by Penske Media Group. This is a conglomerate that was made to hoover up all the news companies and put them under one roof. And you can guess who's been bankrolling the operation. Private
The same
equity
company.
firms have put hundreds of millions into it. Each time these companies change hands, the firm that ends up owning them tries to extract as much profit as possible. So they cut costs, which means laying off the staff. While the stock price might go up for a time and the firm might end up getting richer, the actual company they're buying ceases to function properly. And it's really hard to overstate the effect this has had on TV shows and movies as a whole. It explains why
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. So the result is basically we have worse shows. The movies are so flat, man. Like, when was the last time you actually saw a great movie? I mean, I saw like recently. I saw Formula One from Apple. That was kind of cool. But the Superman, I was not a big fan. But like the majority of like these new movies are like the same as like the new games, man. Like they are just like, they feel like they lack soul or passion or like whatever it is, man. It just doesn't hit the same. And I don't think it's like me, like, oh, am I growing older? And but yeah, back in the day, like the movies used to be. No, I don't think it's like me aging. That's like, it's just like I look at the movies and they just suck. That's just pretty much it.
every movie just seems to flop nowadays. This is exactly why it's so...
Okay, and on top of that, the tickets from the movie theaters are so much more expensive. So the quality of the movies decrease, the price of the cinema tickets increase, and I'm like, I'm not going. I'm rarely, like, I used to be someone, I used to go with my friends or with my ex-girlfriend almost every week to the movies, man. Like, these many years ago. I used to go every freaking week. Now, I don't. And it's not because I watch at home, like all these movies. I don't. I just stopped watching as many movies as I used to, just because I don't feel like they have the same quality. Now I think the new movies, the new era, are TV shows. I think TV shows are being like the new thing. And recently, not even new TV shows. I've been watching with my wife Sopranos for the past like 4 weeks, and we are like now at like season 4 or something. It is awesome. Sopranos is like one of the best series I ever watched. Like actually great acting.
Hard to trust the media anymore because our news and media is almost entirely
Too many sequels, too many reboots, new stuff. Just feels like old ideas rehashed. Exactly. Exactly that.
owned by the same handful of private equity groups, which is why you should check out ground.news/moon, as Ground News gathers stories from over 50,000 sources around the world every single day. So instead of falling into algorithmic echo chambers, you can compare how the left, right, and center are covering the exact same story. For example, let's take a look.
This is a very good ad integration. Wow. What a this is an ad, but it was so well integrated. Really nice, man.
.news/moon to get 40% off unlimited access this month. Equity firms looking to cut costs have cut wages, media writer producer pay fell by 23% amidst a decade of buyouts, and actor pay and screenwriter pay dropped by similar levels as well. These stripped down, Skeleton Crew Studios can't output quality content at the same speed or quality. It's why we don't see things like Breaking Bad anymore. Breaking Bad, a 5-season masterpiece, came out across 2008 to 2013. This was just before the buyouts really took their effect.
These series so good.
Clockwork, they made a new series of one of the best shows of all time, which is something that's completely unheard of for a show of its size today. In fact, we today just see flop after flop in movies and TV. Nowadays, you'd be lucky if your favorite show was half as good and had a new series come out every 2 years. Meanwhile, the studios and their private equity puppet masters have done.
Bro, these new TV shows and then the new series of superheroes, I believe these like only 8-year-olds that they are watching that. I'm sorry, only like it must be like kids that they are watching it, because like adults that have a bit of level of like quality, they are not watching these garbage. Like seriously, it's so bad.
Everything they could to reduce costs in other ways by bypassing the writers and actors entirely. One way you might have noticed is their obsession with cranking out more reality TV. It fills out a streaming services library while costing far less to make. Private equity firms have coordinated on this because each one has exactly the same goal: reduce costs, increase shareholder profits. They operate on a short-term basis so that they can sell the stock, or just sell it to the next private equity firm in a couple of years if they overstretch what they already bought. This way, there's never actually any long-term thinking or passion behind any project today, not even in the media reporting on any of these films. The entire industry has been sold out completely. However, the most important thing here is that the only way they compete with each other now is through the hoarding and use of intellectual property. Those IPs and content sources that keep people on the streaming platform rather than the competitors. And this is where the industry is today, solely focused on the IP wars rather than anything else. And unfortunately, that seems to be the future of the entire industry. Here's why. Today, studio executives all generally agree that you need—
So basically, for the next 20 years, we're gonna keep recycling all the classic famous IPs, because the pricing of like these videos, not the videos, the TV shows and the movies, they are getting more expensive because of inflation. So they don't want to finance movies that gonna cost like hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? on flops. And they still do, but it is flopping. So the more flops we're gonna have, it means like the more financial is gonna come, and the lower quality we're gonna have.
Around 200 million subscribers to keep a major streaming platform alive and well. This takes an insane amount of money to get enough content and keep people subscribed. Netflix spent around $17 billion on content in 2024 alone. They can afford it as by far the largest and most profitable streaming platform around. In fact, only 3 studios have this many subscribers: Amazon, Netflix, and Disney when you combine their 2 platforms. For the others, it's just a completely different story. There just isn't enough to go around, with every studio trying to take their own slice of the pie, and the smaller ones are taking a heavy financial beating. According to the New York Times, in 2023, Paramount lost $1.6 billion in streaming.
Can anyone tell me a good show from Paramount? Like an original Paramount one? I'm sure there is, but I don't remember them. Probably already saw.
Comcast lost $2.7 billion, and even Disney lost $2.6 billion despite their massive size. And so how are they dealing with these catastrophic losses, and all the losses happening in the box offices right now for these companies? Well, private equity has dealt with this in their usual short-sighted way by squeezing every last drop out of their subscriber base. Not thinking long-term, not thinking about customer satisfaction, and not
just
thinking
money.
about future great movie making. Just short-term decisions to sell the stock. To do this, they've raised prices as high as they dare, and they've added adverts with extra charges to remove them.
This is the most ridiculous thing. You paying a subscription, and inside the subscription, you still paying ads. You guys remember that, like, for example, I use YouTube Premium. And honest truth, for many years, I didn't use it. I used to use ad block and things, but, you know, at a certain point, it started like being very weird. I had like to always try to get like a new ad block and all these things. And it was just like started being very annoying, right? So I just decided, you know what? If I'm going to be on the stream, I don't want to be dealing with this. So I bought it. And I'm telling you, man, bro, YouTube Premium is actually one of the best purchases. However, this being said, there are in regions, and I think on the US, they are now giving ads to people that are getting paid, that paid for the premium. I feel like if the day that I get an ad while I'm paying for the premium YouTube is the day that I'm gonna subscribe. Right there. Right there. Nah. If you're telling me that I'm gonna get ads on the premium and I'm already paying, I'm out. And that's what happens with a lot of people on the Netflix.
Result is similar to shrinkflation. You get less than before for even higher prices, completely ruining all customer satisfaction. One of the worst things you can do in business, but this can't go on forever. As we zoom out, we'll see that for once, this greed could actually be punished, and finally the consequences of these short-term actions.
You gotta upgrade to the Premium Plus. Actually, there is a Black Mirror episode super good about that. So I think like without like spoiling too much, but like I think the girlfriend was gonna die or something like that, and he hired a service that he was gonna, you know, pretty much just make her become normal instead of her dying. But over the time, the service started becoming like so popular that became like the shitification, right? So at the time, it was just like $1,000 per month. Then then they kept increasing. So now the radius of that she could functioning, because she could only be alive while she was like getting like these wirelesses. Then the radius went from like 100 kilometers radius from her house to like 50. And if she wanted to get out of those 50 radius, she had to pay for the premium package. And then later on, it kept like getting worse. And I'm not gonna spoil the end of the episode, but it's a really good episode.
Will hit these companies even harder.
This is a term called shitification. There's a lot of companies that are doing. CapCut, for example, is an editing tool. It is doing that, and many others. Like, they are free, they are amazing, they absorb all these audience, these users, and then the users are so used to. So it's like, man, maybe I'm going to pay for it, because changing to another, it is going to be very hard. So maybe I'm going to start paying for the $8. So whenever I started paying for the premium CapCut, it was like $8, and now it is $40 a month. You see how is that insane? It's absolutely insane. It's like literally double, more than that, like 4 times the price, right? 5 times the price. Insane. It is in 2 years.
Comparison reveals why. The classic example for this is a chocolate bar. The big candy companies like Cadbury have steadily shrunk the product while keeping the price the same or even increasing the price. Most people don't really have a choice when it comes to things like cheap chocolates, so they can get away with it as long as their competitors do the same. But unfortunately for movie studios and their private equity overlords, people actually do have a real choice when it comes to streaming platforms. Through all this cost cutting, penny pinching, and terrible business practices, private equity forgets that people have an entirely free option if they ever get sick of the major streaming platforms. And of course, we're in no way endorsing piracy here, but this is just an inevitable economic consequence of offering a bad service. As we zoom out to the wider industry surrounding digital content, we'll see this in full effect.
And also what you guys have like imagined here. one of the things you were showing is that now YouTube is also becoming super popular because YouTube is free, right? You get the ads, but it is free. You don't have to pay for anything. Also, you have, for example, Twitch or the live streaming or Kicks. Like these, types of entertainment are also getting like super popular just because people don't have to pay for it. They pay if they want to support the streamer or use the Twitch Prime and all these things, but you don't have to.
As we zoom out to the wider industry surrounding digital content, we'll see this in full effect. Valve are the kings of digital content distribution thanks to the long-lasting dominance of Steam. Games are an industry that encourages piracy like no other, especially now that you're probably going to be downloading them whether you follow the law or not. Meanwhile, Steam has remained on top for years now, despite other companies like Tencent through Epic Games throwing billions and billions at trying to unseat them. Despite how many new games they give away, despite how easy pirating is, people just prefer to use Steam. Gabe Newell, the CEO of Valve, is often quoted when it comes to—
I have a friend of mine that every day he just logs in on the Epic Games to collect the free game of the week or the month or something like that. And he has like a huge catalog of games that he can play for free.
piracy.
What's Valve's take on piracy?
Piracy to us, so we don't really worry about piracy. When we think, when you look at the top 10 issues on our list at any given point in time, piracy is almost never, something that's on that list. And the reason that we think that we don't have issues with piracy is that there's misconceptions in the industry about what piracy is, right?
He must understand it after all, having beaten it so thoroughly. Valve didn't need to worry about privacy like Gabe said because they know how it works. Some people will just always pirate everything and you can't reach those consumers and there's just no point trying. But most people often want to buy games. They don't want the viruses that come with piracy, they don't want all the issues, and they might just want to support game companies. Oftentimes they just don't want to even break the law. There's obviously a lot of reasons not to pirate generally. People often only pirate when there's just no other choice or when they feel like there's no other choice. They simply—
Actually, this is so true. I rarely pirate a game, man. Rarely do. No, I don't think I have like I mean, whenever I was a kid, yeah, I didn't have money. Okay, I was a kid. All right, like my mom would not buy me all the games that I want. But nowadays, no, not really. If I want to play something, or I just buy it, or also we have like games that are free to play, right? So they always have an option. But when it comes to shows, yeah, maybe that's a different story.
take the path of least resistance. If everything you want to watch is on Netflix and the costs are reasonable, lots of people will just buy Netflix subscription.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
When the service is—
because like, listen, if Netflix was still like $8 or $10 per month, and I had every single show that I want to watch, and all the shows that are coming are really good, I had no reason to actually go out of my way and, for example, pirate, right? Because the commodity of like just going there on the apps, like here, I open the app, I can watch directly. I don't have to waste time to go like these websites, download and all these things, you know, like we all know how piracy works, right? So just make it like that the quality and the pricing is reasonable enough for people to actually see the value, to not go through the struggle of wasting their like 30 minutes or 40 minutes to go through all of these things every day to try to find it for free. That's pretty much it.
poor and expensive like it is today, a much larger proportion of people will just pirate instead. So game companies like Steam can get around this because they offer a really good service. You actually buy a game on Steam and you can download it anywhere. You're not just limited to a few designated devices and you aren't region locked. It won't rotate out of Steam's library in a month or two, making it inaccessible. They offer something much closer to actual ownership. Meanwhile, other game companies offer such a bad service that people had to make a petition just to try and force them to do the—
Guys, talking, look at the first company. List of companies opposed to stop killing games. Look at the first one. Look at Got in 4K, boys. Activision Blizzard. Now it's Microsoft Blizzard, I think.
service that people had to make a petition just to try and force them to do the bare minimum and actually keep a game functional that people have already paid for. It's called Stop Killing Games, and really it's just asking for the bare minimum in service. Ubisoft's game The Crew is the example that the petition uses. When it was released, it was always online and you needed to log into Ubisoft's dedicated servers to play it. Now it's old and Ubisoft wants to take the servers offline, but this will then mean a game that people paid for will just cease to function. The petition doesn't even force them to keep the servers running. Instead, all it asks for is that these companies must let players run their own private server. It's a tiny cost in the long run for these massive conglomerates, but these
it's like back in the day, man. You just download the game is on your PC, just runs locally. Like, why everything has to be like a live service game? It's like, it's so annoying.
Companies have all lobbied together to fight this. And the ironic thing here is that the pirates have actually gotten the best service by far in the case of The Crew. A cracked version of a private server has been floating around for ages now. A common consequence of the medieval attitude most companies take towards piracy is that the paying, law-abiding customers always just get punished in the end anyway. It's all—
Man, the land parties, man. Those were the days. Yes. I still remember when my high school used to do a LAN party. I used to come with my tower, my monitor, my mouse, and my keyboard. This was glorious. It was like very similar to this, a bit like smaller because we were less.
Typical of short-sighted decisions made because the private equity companies at the top are the ones who are really pulling the strings. And we might have praised Valve, but they aren't doing anything that amazing. They're just not buying into the same business model that everyone else seems to be following right now. But maybe that is amazing though, just considering how every other company seems to shoot itself in the foot. It's all the result of a classic expand and squeeze model that startups have been using for years. Uber's a great example. First, they took in as much investor capital as they could, expanding their service to the world while losing billions just to grow larger.
Yeah.
Then when they had a large enough market share, they switched
This is what I was saying. This is a perfect example of the shitification.
to squeeze model. That's when the higher surge pricing came in. The lower pay for drivers, simply just a poorer service for more money. And people couldn't go back to what they used to have as it was already too late and they'd gotten too used to the service.
Exactly.
Spotify actually did the same thing. They even used piracy to their advantage. At first, lots of their catalog was downloaded off of sites like Napster. They skirted the law and took control of the market before the big labels could organize themselves, offering a better service that beats the pirates. Later, to keep their position, they made a deal with the big labels. They sold out the artists in favor of hedge funds and private equity, and it would end up making both of them far richer at the expense of the people actually making most of the music. Now, Spotify's just another arm of private equity interests that already own the music industry. It was only their absolute dominance over the market that forced the labels to actually work together and accept their place. Otherwise, every major music label would have its own version of Spotify, just like we have with movie and TV streaming platforms. And you can actually tell they're all owned by private equity now just based on their decisions. You might—
So this is what I was saying. You know, like all of these ones are like you guys go. If we go back like 20 minutes ago, right? When I said that this is like for the user, I think this is probably the best solution because you're gonna have all the music that you want in the same service, and even if it's gonna be a bit more expensive, I think it's still fine because I feel like it is annoying to use two services to watch two different things or to listen to especially on music. Especially in music, I cannot see myself, oh, now I want to listen to Metallica. Oh, okay, let me go on Apple Music. Oh, now I'm feeling like to listen Linkin Park. Okay, now I have to go to Spotify. Like, how annoying that'll be, right?
platforms. And you can actually tell they're all owned by private equity now just based on their decisions. You might be tired of hearing them by now because they fit the exact same pattern we've seen over and over again. Spotify even recently moved to squeeze costs by reducing royalties even more for small artists. Now, because of their arbitrary decision, each track now needs at least 1,000 streams a year to make any money at all. It runs alongside their constant pressure on free users. Now you can't even choose which specific songs to listen to if you don't have a premium account, and there's even more adverts constantly interrupting the music. Meanwhile, Daniel Ek, the CEO, has invested $700 million of these profits into
I feel like if you're an active listener on Spotify, watching it or listening without the premium is just cancer, man. Like back in the day, it used to be like one ad every hour. Then it was like every 30 minutes. Now it's been a long time since I listened, but I remember it was like maybe like what, 20 minutes every 15 minutes. You had like these ads. It's like super annoying. So it's like also I feel like they make it on purpose because it becomes like so obnoxious that or you're gonna quit or you're gonna buy the subscription. The same way as I tell you guys that, for example, on Diablo Immortal, they're never gonna fix the matchmaking because whenever you are facing these big whales, you have a choice. Or you keep spending money in the game to be as strong as them, or you're gonna quit the game. Right? It's like these things are annoying on purpose. They are made by design.
AI military companies. And you can bet if Netflix had taken more of the market, the big movie studios might have struck a similar deal. But instead, we got the splintered, unstable ecosystem we have today. Which brings us to the final chapter of our journey down the corporate rabbit hole. And as we zoom out to the wider internet, it's all been decimated by these same corporate tactics. Social media companies pushed forward by their investors have done everything they can to sanitize online discussion and make it suitable for advertisers. Meanwhile, the actual content has been degraded by corporate shit-sighted thinking and is now far worse. Want to know the release date of the next season of The Boys? This hypothetical article might tell you, but first you'll get the legally mandated cookie message. This is here because
Bro, we have to stop killing games. Can we have stopped the pop-ups? Like, seriously, nowadays, I don't even go to news websites. I don't. Like, you try to go to a news website to read an article, they give you the first paragraph and they are already asking for the premium. Before that, you have 300 pop-ups. It is just so annoying.
Because of efforts to regulate corporate data theft. And good luck finding the reject all button if there even is one. Now they're trying to hide it as much as they legally can. Then there's the anti-ad blocker message next. Either you comply or you try to bypass it some other way. Yet again, the people following the rules get invasive adverts. The people who find a way to get around them to read in peace. Then you finally get the
To be fair, I really don't mind these ads as long as they are, if it's like done with a well-tasted like the web design and they are well integrated on the website, I don't mind because I also understand this is a business, okay? They gotta make the money some way. But I don't mind giving you my ad revenue view for you as long as you're giving me the information that I want, right? I think that's fair. I give you the ad, you give me the information for free. The problem is that you guys know like those very clickbaity like SEO, search optimization blog posts that, oh, I'm going to give you a recipe. And then the recipe is like 24 steps. And the first one is like add water. Then you click on the next because it's going to count as a new page view. So it's going to be more AdSense for them. And now add salt. Okay. Now warm water. Okay, you know, like they make it like these tutorials like super annoying for you to even watch a recipe. This is just an example, just because they are trying to farm you.
adverts. The people who find a way to get around them to read in peace. Then you finally get the actual article. But because the massive private equity conglomerate fired most of the writers, it would mostly be rushed out insane drivel about a show rather than the actual question the headline asks, and will either pander to the film or diss the film.
Great show.
Based on its narrative and the investors' preferences running the entire industry, which just makes the dead internet theory true in an entirely different way. As bots get more common and start writing all of these articles for these private equity firms, there won't even be any real human opinion here. And the more bots there are commenting and posting on all of this slop, the worse it will get and the harder it will become to find real information made by actual humans.
So do you guys think that the solution for this is to add our ID, our real ID to our account, so we are like a verified account? I think that there's probably that's the only solution, right? Like honestly, you then what we have to find a way to verify if it is really a real person in the future.
making the internet even creepier and more controlled than we see today. Each inconvenience for the consumer is because of a greedy decision solely to get short-term profits and sell a company. And these short-sighted policies are really infecting everything. But because of this, it might actually help the streaming situation, as this might actually be the one sector where there will always be an alternative to the corporate route. If it gets worse and worse, there will always be a pressure release valve as we see today. And yet these companies still wonder why piracy is massively increasing today. And if they make it even worse for the consumer, more and more people will just leave and this whole corporate ecosystem could collapse under its own weight, as too many short-term decisions end up being catastrophic. But unfortunately, this just isn't the same.
Bro, what is this? Why did you even make this game? This movie? Madame Web. What the fuck? Like, what is this? Madame Web. Like, who is watching this? Like, seriously, who is watching this?
This just isn't the same for other industries. We already talked about shrinkflation and chocolate bars, but other products and services have similar problems. Take cars for example, private equity is all over the manufacturers. They're the ones pushing for things like a subscription cost for heated seats. And we're not actually joking, this was a real idea pushed by BMW. Just £10 a month in the UK would unlock this feature, which they'd already added to the car. It's simply a completely transparent attempt to squeeze even more money from the customers in whatever way they can. And really it just makes it even sadder that the old anti-piracy ads still isn't true. If you could actually download a car, maybe...
For me, there was a friend of mine that recently bought an Audi Q3 Sportsback, something like that. Whenever he told me that the car already has a camera, but for the camera to be activated, he has to pay 1,500 euros more. I was like, what? So you bought an expensive car, and on top of that, to activate the rear mirror camera, you have to pay 1,500 more after you got the car. It's like these upgrades.
Things would be a little bit different.
Because the stupid thing is, like, if you pay 1,500 euros or dollars, but then you have to go there and they have to install the camera, but the camera is already in the card. You're just paying to activate it. So why not coming like with it? Man, this was a great video, man. Actually, to be honest, like, sometimes I like to go and deep dive into these like topics, because the reality is, like, the consumers itself, like in 2025, man, we are getting absolutely crushed. We are getting absolutely crushed by these companies, and we're getting worse and worse service in all genres. Movies, games, platforms, whatever, social media is getting worse and worse and worse. And honest truth is, like, I already stopped using social media most of the times, man. Like, personally, I do it for content, and that's the only reason. But if I didn't, probably I would not do it. So go there. No, drop your like. Drop your like on the moon. Great video, man. That was a good video. I liked it. Very well. Was a very good essay, man. Very good essay. I really liked it. I think that's so stupid. I like how BMW heated seats are only activated if you subscribe monthly. Jesus Christ. Can you guys imagine? Like, imagine if in the future you can watch my stream but only listen to the audio. And if you want to check, if you guys actually want to check the game, so imagine if the stream was like this. How can I show you? Yeah, imagine. Okay, guys. Yeah. Oh. All right. We going? So if you guys want to watch and if you guys want to see the screen, you guys have to pay. You have to become a member, man. If you're not a member, you can actually not see the game. Okay. Yeah. So how does that sound? Oh, dude. How insane. Water refill substation to Indez subscription? Yeah. I need that. I also need that. It's kind of nutty, man. It's kind of nutty. So, talking about shitification. Talking about shitification. I actually have to say something. Because recently I had to make a change on the membership tiers. So I used to offer, if you become a whale or a leviathan, which like I used to offer this one-on-one coaching session, but I had to remove it because it was creating so much confusion, and I had 3 people that they didn't understand. So the way it works, it's this way, okay? Before, if you became a whale or a leviathan on the channel, I will give you 1 monthly for free. Or you could have bought it, you know, the individual session for the $89. But if you bought the membership, the whale was only 50. But it was creating so much confusion that the easiest way was actually to just remove it. I removed it from the membership, and if anyone wants a coaching session, I just say, hey, go to this website, and that's it. And since then, my conversion rates have been through the roof. Absolutely through the roof. Everyone understands it. Everyone knows what to do. I don't have to say, hey, if you get these, and then, oh, but if you go into the membership, no. Actually, you know what? It works so much better. Indez gotta start shitifying the stream to catch up to the industry. Yes. Because now the Indez brand is owned by a private equity as well. Man, what I will say, like, to be honest, there is like there is a lot of things that I was not trying to make it like shitty. I just realized that it was too complex for people, and I had to make things more simple. Sometimes you have one option and people don't get confused. So what you're saying is that viewers are not that smart. I will say, like, in general, it's not that people are smart or not. It's just like, why would you make it more complex than it actually needs to be? Make it simpler. If you have like 3 people, like if I said to 10 people, you know, and 3 of them, they had problems with it, it means like the whole process, they had a problem, right? 99 cents to comments be seen, $5 for the comment to be read by Indez. I mean, like, if you send a TTS, I'm gonna read it for sure. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a pay-to-win comment. I am reading that TTS for sure. Or even more insane. Do you guys know how OnlyFans girls, they do most of their revenue? It is actually, it's not the monthly membership, man. It is the messages. Bro, there are dudes paying like $50 a text. And you guys want to know, like, the sad part is that text is not even sent by her. How fucked up is that? And then the way they do is like they always finish the text with a question. So it's like you ask, how was your day, and all these things, and then they'll say, oh, my day was good, I went to this, I went to that, whatever. And then, how was your day? You know, so then it kind of baits you to keep answering. It's so, bro, like, it goes so deep, that rabbit hole. I hope that one day I will find a video that it reflects that. Always have to cater to the lowest common denominator in the business. Absolutely, market. Mark. And it's not an insult, man. It is just like you have to understand that you're gonna be dealing with a multitude of range of people, you know, and not everyone is like the smartest in the room. And it doesn't mean like they are stupid. It just means like they are not understanding. So I think one of the reasons why whenever I try to make my guides, I always try to make them literally for babies. I try to make them in a way that, you know, someone that just started to play the game will understand the guide. Maybe sometimes I'm not successful, but I'll try always my best. That's kind of smart to keep those simps paying. Oh, it's bro, like people shit on these OnlyFans girls and all these things, but you have to understand, like a lot of like these girls, they know they are fucking smart. They know what they are doing. Smart. I'm not saying that they are like physicus, like they are intelligent that they can do maths equations. No, but they know how to keep you there on the leash, you know? That shit they know very well. There is a Vietnamese girl that did like 1 million from that not so long ago. And 400k was just from messages? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, to be honest, direct contact, right? At a certain level, it gotta be a bit gatekept, right? So I am still a relative smaller streamer, and I still receive like on daily basis from like 5 to 10 DMs, right? People asking me to review their accounts, people asking me for advice, people asking me sometimes just to chat, random fucking things, right? I try to answer to a few. No, but I cannot answer. I'm not gonna review your account like everything, right? I cannot do that. So those things I have to gatekeep. But if it's like a very quick answer, I will do. I will answer. But I can't, because like you have to understand like the scale, right? And I'm saying like I'm a smaller streamer because I can imagine like if these YouTubers and content creators, they have like millions of people watching them, it's impossible. And then the problem happens is like whenever you're gonna do for one, you have to do for everyone. And that's why even though at the start I didn't even think about doing these coaching sessions, these one-on-ones, I just realized that some people they are willing to pay for it, and I can't justify spending that hour or 2 hours with that person. Because I'm getting some monetary value out of it. Otherwise, I cannot, like, I just can't. Would you do it if you were a baddie with beat bazookas? OnlyFans? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think it's easy for every man to say, oh, if I was a hot girl, I will do it. I honestly don't know. I cannot tell you that. It is the same, like, for example, regarding gambling, right? Like, whenever I think in gambling, I really didn't want to promote it. Like, imagine if I get like a crazy offer for gambling, right? That will probably like change my life, my wife's life, will allow me to, you know, have the baby and like the child and all these things. I mean, is it like that big of a difference between like Diablo Immortal and gambling? It is, I know it is, but at the end of the day, maybe it's not. Like if we think about it, but I don't think so. I don't think, because like I always see these in the 5-10 years, and I don't want to have like shortcoming decisions bite me in the ass for the long term. Because like I'm not a gambler, you know, like I do things that I like to do, and I have to resonate with it, you know. But I like to gamble like with the crest. Yeah, it's fun. Like, so the gacha is fun, of course. But I will never gamble like with real money, you know? You guys understand what I'm saying? So it's really hard for me to promote something that I will not do. Like if I and that's, I think, like that's the bottom line is, if I would not play, or if I would not, you know, use, probably I'm not gonna promote it. Unless, you know, I have a cool community that understands that I'm just taking, I'm doing a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship for the bag. Yeah, fuck yeah. Listen. Yo, Raid, if you guys wanna hit me up, my rate is $2,000 per video. You know? Because I will tell, like, on a greater scale, and this is one of the goals for me. I want to reduce the pressure from having to make videos every day. Okay. That's one goal. Because, and still, guys, still, if I don't have nothing to say, like 2 days ago, I didn't have anything to say, I didn't make a video, right? So I don't have like the need, but definitely I'm taking a hit on the you know, exposure and all these things. And the other one, it is to not be so dependent on the support of the community, right? So I would like to be one day in a position that the community support will be the cherry on the top of the cake, right? So I already have the cake, and whatever comes extra is extra. So I don't have to rely on subs. I don't have like to monetize the stream as much, and we can just have a good time. You went to Gambler. We are the class auction are great. No, but that's the thing. You know, like I understand. I like the reason why gambling is so famous. It's because it's fun. And whoever tries to deny this, like, it's just fun. There are certain things about the gambling that you don't have to take everything out of it, but you can take the good parts. You can take the exciting parts. At the moment, it's hard right now to need to grow slowly and a loyal fan base. For that, slowly but surely, you'll be there. Yeah, like, I feel like... Listen, guys. So you guys understand, like, where I'm at right now? I am applying the 80-20 rule, right? I am doing 80% of the things that I know that will keep growing the channel, and I'm doing 20% of the things that I feel that will take the channel to the next level. So, what we just watched... I know that everyone probably doesn't like it, okay? Like, we were watching that reaction. I know that the viewership right now is gonna take a hit, all right? But we had here someone, this guy Mesa came to the stream, and also Mastermind. These three guys here, they follow on Twitch because I made a reaction video to a RuneScape video. And that was actually really good. It was one of the best videos, that best performing videos. Let me show you here. Let me show you some. It's this one. Look at this. 3.4 thousand views. Like, it's booming, man. It's actually like, and man, this is like literally, I never thought that the RuneScape community, they are so nice. They are so nice. I put it my first playthrough on Diablo 2. I had all these fucking Diablo 2 Andes shitting on me because I play Diablo Immortal. These guys on the RuneScape, bro, no judgment, nothing. Nobody really mentioned almost anything regarding... They didn't judge me because I play Diablo Immortal. Nobody said anything. All they said they were like, hey, the graph, they were like dissecting. Look at this. They were going like through my points, everything that I said, and they are trying to convince me to play the game. How fucking awesome is that? This is absolutely a community that I will listen. I am playing. I will try to play old school RuneScape, and the main reason is because of this. Absolutely insane support. What a fucking great community, man. What an absolutely goated community. Seriously. But not as goated as Mark that came with a battle pass. Thank you so much, man. Mark also becoming a legend. Thank you, brother. Get me out of here. There you go, brother. There you go. Joining the Wall of Legends. Let me restart this. So that channel is part of the 20%. I think today or tomorrow we're gonna get it monetized, and I use that as like a vehicle to expand. I would like to see a RuneScape stream. I tried it on the phone, but it's tough with the tap. So I didn't left yet the tutorial island because I wanted to do it on the stream. So my plans is probably I'm gonna do the Diablo 2 first playthrough, and then once I'm done, I'm probably gonna try the RuneScape just for a bit, and then we're gonna try like other games as well. I feel like I've been really happy with the way the streams are turning out, and we are adding here like I am doing, guys. I am so thank you guys so much, man. Thank you like so fucking much, man. I know we've been on the journey for like what? It's been what? Almost like not even a year, right? Like probably what? 8 to 9 months I've been streaming, and I mean we had like wild moments, multiple phases, and more I feel like we are the stream is becoming a place that I always wish that it could be. Which is a place that we can do gaming, but we can also talk about other stuff, and we can also play sometimes other stuff. Getting your feet wet is with other stuff is really good. You had to take that step at some point. Yeah. Yeah, but do it in a way, in a healthy way, you know? Because, you know, I'm gonna tell you guys something. You know, wanna know something that really scared me? You guys remember when we reacted to Abo quitting Diablo Immortal? He was like, fuck, I'm done. Like, I'm fucking done. Like, literally, that's what he said, right? When I saw that, I need to change something. I really need to change something to make it like way more light, man. Way more light.
Super chatted 23 euros and 99 cents. We have to thank you for the great content you provide.
Crazy Shots coming up with a 24 euros. Jesus. You know what? I got some news for you, but I got some bad news for David. David and Arca just got it from the top donator. Delek, Arca, and all of them at the 20. But now we have here Crazy Shot with a 23. All right, brother. Thank you so much. Fuck it, man. Mark and Crazy Shots, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate. Talking about there. Yeah, I'm sorry there. Listen, David. You were always there. You were always at the top, man. You were always at the top. But there is something. You guys want to know something? There is this share You guys know, I've been talking about this share for like many years, right? Many months. So the share is actually, today is the last day. Today is the last day that the 20% discount is gonna go off. 1,500 euros it costs. Locations. How do I say this? I know because I saw it today. 25% off. Tweet them. I hope so. Probably I'll try to contact them. Can we get a sponsorship? I think for a product like that, I think it will be hard, no? Right? I mean, I will say that I'm gonna be streaming with the chair all the time. So, for example, Lawrence, he got a share from Razer. And the reason is because he got like the logo on his back, right? But he's from the UK. He's getting like this sponsorship from the UK. It's like yeah, it's nice. You're the biggest creator in the eye. I think it's very reasonable. Yeah, I'll have to see. I don't know if they care if I'm the biggest creator on the eye or not. You know, maybe like they have to see like the channel. But yeah, I like going a bit back on the conversation. When I said that I want you guys, that I really appreciate you guys' support, obviously, and but I'm working hard for in the future for these to be like the cherry on top of the cake, right? So I will try to start, you know, entering in the sponsorship world, and all these things. Hopefully, I can also bring some good value and good deals for you guys, because that's like the next step for sure. Show them the TikTok dance. Oh yeah, all right, yeah, sold. Where do I sign? Sign right there. Your audience is the iPlayer, so they know we spend the money. Yeah, that's true. Like, definitely mobile audience has like a... It's not that you guys have more money. It's just like, in general, mobile users, they are just like used to... That barrier about spending the money, it's like, it's thinner, right? So you're more willing to maybe like buy a thing or two here and there, you know, than maybe others. No broke boys here. Yeah, exactly. Yo, Arrow, what's up, man? But it's kind of very interesting, because even though I am free to play player, right? And I showcase to everyone that they don't have to spend money. Somehow, like, we still have a lot of like I'm not saying the biggest whales ever, but we have like definitely some heavy spenders, which is nice. But I feel, you know, like another thing that is also very curious is if you guys go to any other streamer and you read their chat, because I do that, right? I go and I read their chat because I'm just curious. Bro, no one has the same chat. It's like, my chat has some type of people. More chat has a certain type of people. Maybe there is one or two that overlap. Maybe there's one or two that overlap. Like, I'm saying on the chat typing. I'm not saying watching. You go to Echo is the same thing. And I'm like, I'm reading names on their chat that I never read on my chat. Because I know every single one every single person they type on my chat, I know it. I am still that small. Maybe one day I won't. Minus 100 willpower. Yo, Limo, what's up? I want to ask you, last time I played Diablo was 15 years ago. Now there's many Diablo versions. Which one do you recommend? Which one do I recommend? Probably, if you were like an OG and you like the Diablo game as a Diablo game, probably I would say like Diablo 2 Resurrect is gonna give you the best Diablo experience, the close to it. Then probably I will say Diablo Immortal, and then Diablo 3, and then Diablo 4. What do you guys agree with that? Shout out to Echo, but he has a more boomer following. You think so? You think his audience is older than ours? Maybe no. This actually makes sense. You know, it makes sense in a way, because people like to follow people that are close to their, like it's just like it's easier to connect. Okay, you were downloading Diablo Immortal? So, if you want a mobile game, Diablo Immortal is the only one available. Okay, so you can play it on the mobile, and you can also play on the PC. But if you just want like the traditional experience for the PC, I will say Diablo 2 Resurrect. You attract people like you, yeah. So here in the chat is only fucking Giga Shads, man, with big beard, like super attractive, right? You know, yeah. It's like that. Like my chat is like literally the best looking chat ever, 100%, man. So if one day I do a sponsorship with Manscaped or the beard product, I hope, at least I want to see some sales, man. I want to see that commission dropping on my bank account the very next day. Yeah, Giga Shaz, Big Dick Legends. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, 6'1". Yeah, 6'1", 6 figures, and 6 inches. That's why we play Diablo, the 666 demon, man. Why is there 2 questions on the poll? Have 2 answers, not Paragon. 2 questions, huh? 2 questions on the stream? No, it's just 1. I think it's just 1. Alright, I mean, I'm confused. Oh, and also the 6-pack, you're right. You're right. So 4 6s. I never thought about that one. So is Maw already 1000 or not? Okay, let me finish this, and I kind of want to check out Maw. Maw. Bro, what type is 95? Holy shit, the goal is 90. Bro, this guy is being... Jeez, God bless his soul. God bless his soul, man. Yeah, he's going for the 1000. Yeah, he's going for the 1000. He's been streaming since like 4 a.m. or something. I know because I woke up at like 6 a.m. my time. So he's been awake for like 18 hours or something.
I expected an actual challenge.
I honestly, guys, I don't think it's worth it. I honestly don't think the grind is worth it. But it is only worth it for him that it is a creator and he likes to do it. But for the average Joe, for the normal player, I don't think it's worth to do it. And I don't do it because, I mean, it's just not my thing. I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? I just don't care. Like, the benefit, it's not there for me to sweat that much. Unless, again, we find a way to... I always have to find a way to make things fun, you know? If it's not fun, I'll probably not gonna do it. Okay, we have here some... oh, like... grinding all the paragons just for them to squish them down again. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. And I feel like that's one of the things that is actually over the, you know, the years now. Kind of triggering me a bit. Is feeling that my progress is always being reset, in a way. It's the same time every time we jump paragons. Yeah, it's this thing. I mean, like, Mo also, it doesn't like live stream every day, right? And it's nice. It's nice that he found this thing, you know. For me to rush to 1,000, I will only do it if I did like a subathon or something like that. I don't know, like something like doing a 24-hour stream. It's not easy, boys. It's not easy at all. Especially because I don't want to do it like a 24-hour stream that I'm like this. Yeah, shit. Yeah, okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's true. I don't want to do these streams, right? I don't want to be dead on the stream. And whenever we did the subathon, I told you guys, I always had a high energy, and whenever I didn't had, I told you guys, what did I say? I said, hey guys, I need a 2-hour nap, and I'll be back. I came back. I think that it's better to take like a power nap and come back like a high energy again than just being dead like the whole time. It was so fun. The subathon was so fun, man. I don't think I'm gonna do one very shortly. I don't think so. Because, you know, for like 2 weeks, I was for like 2 weeks I was still pretty beaten down by it. But it was fun. Did you actually sleep during the stream? Yeah, I slept there. And the chat hold. They hold the timer. You didn't see the subathon? Maybe you were not. You came here. No? I'm pretty sure you came. It did? Yeah, and I had the TTS on. And Fade kept spamming me with the TTS while I was in the bed. That was funny. He was actually you were the one that actually woke me up, by the way. It was fun. It was definitely a fun experience. We're gonna keep doing fun things, man. I thought, like, obviously, because I was out in vacation for a while, I saw like a small dip in my channel, but it was not that bad, man. I thought, bro, I was like actually like really scared that I was gonna come back and I was gonna have like 30 viewers, or my videos were like gonna only get like 2,000 views or 3,000 views or something like that, right? But not really. I'm kinda enjoying like to just fuck around like with a wizard. And now that I know that it's gonna get nerfed, probably I'm gonna squeeze the juice out of it for a bit. Guys, what do you guys think? Like, do we do tomorrow the farmathon? I think it'll be a fun stream. But I will only do the farmathon if Mo is not streaming. I don't want to ruin this fun. He's probably gonna be reaching. Which one is better, Necro or Wizard? Necro is easier. I think Necro is easier. Wizard is more fun. Farmathon, but how can we do the challenge? Yo, Fade. Because Fade is also a mod. We have here a situation, okay? And the situation is, let me just change here the music. 1 second. All right. So the situation is the following. So tomorrow, I am planning. Okay, I am planning to do a stream that we're gonna call the Farmathon. Okay, Farmathon. So basically, the concept it is, I'm gonna start with like 10 green set items. Okay, green set items that I have to farm. Okay, so there's gonna be a counter. Counter equals this. Counter 10, right? For each donation, imagine this. Yeah, for each $5 donation, let's put like, for example, this member or sub, like Twitch sub, equals a +1 set item that I have to farm. Okay, so that's the idea. This is uncapped. Okay, it's uncapped. And there is gonna be a timer, but no added time. Okay, there's no time limit. Okay, so the timer will just be there, so it counts. It counts for how long you've been farming, but it can go forever. Okay, I don't know if this is a good idea, by the way. What do you guys think? Are you going random or the pre-made? I would like to go with the chat if I can. Random, pre-made, like with the chat, doesn't matter. I usually don't play with the pre-made, so I don't think if I'm gonna do a pre-made, it's gonna be like someone to play together. So then David was saying, what if we make Discord challenge with a giveaway, you know? So it's like the person that farms the most wins. But how can we control this? I don't think we can control this because it cannot be like from we like number of wisps, right? That can be. Yeah, I'm gonna let the viewers participate. Yes. But I don't know how. How can we do that? So I can play with them, with a few, if they are from my server. Just greens identified. But what if they are already... Imagine, what if they are already pre-farmed on their bank? Take a screenshot beforehand. Oh, that's like too complex. Right? They need to be with a journal on their hands. Number of wisps is kind of okay. Yeah, but the problem is like a lot of people already been pre-farming for a while, right? But it could be something like that. The person with the highest number. But then they can try to Photoshop or shit. I don't know. You cannot extract the level 1000 before the server paragon. No, can't you salvage the green set items before? What? Really? No, you can. I'm pretty sure I have. Yeah, we are. Of course, I forgot. Like, I have Inferno. I have Inferno 7. Inferno 8 wisps.
I expected an actual challenge.
We're not talking about the ancestors. We're talking about green set items. Or just farm the least used items. Yeah, I feel like it is really, really hard to control that. But that's like the problem. The problem with this game is like some things are hard to track. But if we all come together as a community, we can find a fun community challenge. That's for sure. Okay, you know what? You know what it can be? I think I have an idea. The first person to have
Wondrous.
every single green set item, every single green set item with triple, triple, triple wins. All of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like best in slots. You guys think this is too hardcore? I mean, it can run for days. Right? This I think is... I think that can be cool, right? I mean, it has to... It can last for a few days, but the first person to do it wins. How does that sound? And we can do like a giveaway. I don't know, like what do you guys think is a decent value? Like a battle pass? Asking for the battle pass or something like that? So I had a problem like with one of the winners of like last time. Because this guy is from the US, but he has his account is from somewhere else. And he was using like this very weird currency that we didn't have the code for it. We can do a giveaway or a game key. Yeah. What if they already have? You mean equipped greens with or all of them completed, possibly exceed? Yeah, they need to have it equipped. They need to have it equipped. I mean, if they already have it, I mean, it's for Inferno 8. Every single Inferno 8. Inferno 8. Not Inferno 7. Inferno 8. The new difficulty. I mean, if people already started pre-farming, I cannot do anything, right? Like, but still, I am sure that they do not have every single one, right? I am pretty sure. I mean, do you guys think like is there already anyone with everything? I mean, maybe it's possible, but I still think it's hard. I still think it's hard. Probably there are people with a few, but not all of them. We should talk about it private. No, it's gonna be tomorrow. I mean, if they're gonna have an advantage, just gonna be like these few hours. It's fine. It's okay. The honest truth is like the legends that watch these, they absolutely should have an advantage, an inside. This is inside information, man. So I will also try to do, guys, imagine that. What if we also try to do that challenge, right? I think that challenge is hard to do in one stream, unless it goes wild, unless the stream goes wild. Okay, tell me something. Announce the dungeons to be farmed only at the start. Oh, that's hard to control, man. No, that crazy shots. I know what you're saying, but that's like really hard to control. How can you control that? You know, like I say, oh, you can only do rapids, but they're gonna do whatever. You know, like I'm not there. And they're gonna have to send in a video form. They have to showcase in a video form. No screenshots. No, they can also send screenshots as long as it appears the character. It's fine. What about tower shards? Okay, tower shards, I feel... Okay, I feel like it's not as fair for everyone. Right? But we can do, for example, in the future, a 24 hours Indez Tower Shard Amount Challenge. That can be cool. That's 24 hours Indez Tower Shard Challenge. Can you put that idea, Fade, on the staff? I say that we do an honor system. Whoever has the most identified greens wins. I don't think people are hoarding that much. But how can we make sure? You know? Because even I already have a few. I have a few that I'm gonna use. I have like 20 or 30. Maybe less now, but... And also, like, people will run out of space. You know, like, not everyone has all the stash tabs. You know, if you're free to play, you don't have, like, those extra 2 stash tabs, so... But I know what you're trying to say. Maybe you're saying that getting every single item... So it has to be hard enough that it will take a while, but it can also not be impossible. But the thing is, like, if we make it like super easy, then people that already are pre-farming, they just gonna get it, right? They're gonna get it immediately. You know, oh, here it is, you know. So we can definitely think about, like, I like, you know what, I kind of like these ideas that making Discord challenges. That's a good idea. Community challenge, like every month we have like something, or sometimes we have just like these pop-up challenges. If they don't pick up the grid set items, it sends to the mail. The mail has timestamps. I think it's complex, man. I think, listen, guys. If people don't know how to do a membership to save money, how, like, I don't know. I don't expect them to understand and following the rules. I think like it's complex. Because I also, like, new players, they don't even understand that probably they can do that. I don't know. I mean, also like the challenge can be something else. But the problem also, for example, if we do like the 24-hour challenge with the cursed hours, imagine we do that. What if someone has a screenshot from like an old run? You know, how can we see here inside the game that is like from today's? Yeah, these things are like it's not easy. Definitely not easy.
The power of the cosmos at my fingertips.
Okay, guys, tell me something. Tell me something. How long? Honestly, how long do you guys think that I will take on average to get like one set item? On average, 5 minutes. 5 minutes per item. Because sometimes there's like double drops, but then sometimes you have to run like 5 dungeons. 5-10 minutes. Wow. Five, 10 minutes. More like 10. 10 per each. Oh, that's a lot. I thought it was like 5 minutes per each. So we might do it 24 hours. Yeah, depends on RNG and luck. Yeah, I know, but so $5 memberships or becoming a Twitch sub equals to adds 5 to 10 minutes. Wow, dude. Right? That's a lot. But I also don't think like it's I don't see any other way to do it, to not do it, you know? It gotta be this way. You sometimes also get double drops, so yeah. It's too much. What do you think is too much? No, but also it's gonna be the first one we do, right? It's gonna be the first we do. So okay, more important. Is this like simple to understand? Imagine there was a counter. Farming counter. There's gonna be a timer, but no time added. Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna think about these things. Yeah, first 10 greens are free. Yeah, first 10 greens are free. It's gonna take like 1 hour or something more, maybe a bit more, which I think is fair to build up the thing, right? And then For each $5 donation member or Twitch, we add one more. And that's it. Right? I think that's like straightforward. Yeah? Alright. Alright, guys. I'm gonna... Fuck, dude. It's already 10:30. Okay, my wife's gonna kill me, guys. Thank you guys so much. By the way, thank you so much for these, last minute brainstorming with you guys. I really appreciate. Tomorrow, we're gonna have a special stream. So, be ready. It's gonna be fun. I am excited. Hopefully, it's gonna go well. That's what I hope, that it's gonna go well. So, yeah, Farmathon tomorrow. Don't forget, it's coming. We're gonna start with 10 for each $5 donation member on Twitch. We're gonna add one more to farm, one more set item. It's gonna be uncapped, and there's gonna be a timer. That's pretty much it. So with these boys, thanks so much. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys next one. Peace.